Дякуємо за авто підписникам Меркадо Медіа. В цей час воно нам дуже необхідно.
Дякуємо глядачам каналу Меркадо Медіа за збір на цю автівку. Слава ЗСУ!
Слава Україні! Я головний сержант 2-ї саперної інженерної роти 33-го окремого інженерного батальйону. Хочу висловити подяку Меркадо та його підписникам за таку чудову машину. Ця машина нас приведе ближче до перемоги. Победа за нами, слава Україні!
Hi guys, today I want to appreciate the Mercado Media, all the friends and subscribers, and the Navy community for this wonderful pickup truck. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Всім привіт! Я Вадим, позивний режисер, 42-га окрема механізована бригада. Ми зараз ведемо бої на Харківщині. Дякую Меркадо Медіа і всім підписникам його каналу за придбаний автомобіль. Він дозволить нам ефективно і успішно виконувати бойові завдання на Харківщині. Я сподіваюся, що цей автомобіль дозволить швидше здобути нашу перемогу. Слава Україні!
I want to give a big thank you to Mikado Media and Johnny FD, two close friends who have helped me create this fundraiser between ourselves to help raise funds for what is needed essentially on the front line. I also want to give a big thank you to both Mikado Media and Johnny FD's followers for helping us achieve this goal of funding the first car for our fundraiser. The car is going to be put to good use on the front lines in aiding us with helping to carry out our mission and also helping us to clear Ukraine of the invader. Slava Ukraini.
Thank you, Mercado Media, Johnny FD, Kostak Gundi, and all your subscribers for the generous donation of this van. It will help us with our logistics in the International Legion.
Dear friends of NAFO, my name is Pete, hasta la vista, from Project Constantine. This beautiful beast was donated to the brigade that we're friendly with in the forest, 67 Brigade. 69th Infantry Brigade donating to 67. It's pretty cool. I keep bumping into this vehicle in the forest. We never have time. We never have time to actually make any videos or get inside your vehicle and do any missions with it because we're like passing ships in the night here. But Mercado Media, Andrew, you NAFO supporters, it's beautiful to see this grand vehicle that you've got for this brigade because it's a reliable vehicle and I've never seen it anywhere other than in the forest. I've never seen it in the garage. And yes to that, and all Ukrainians must live. Bakhmut is Ukraine. This forest is Ukraine. And Mercado Media and NAFO, you guys are here supporting us, man, and we freaking love you to pieces. Thank you for what you're doing for the soldiers of Ukraine. God bless you. To victory. Do peremorhe.
And how we doing, everybody? How we doing? Check into the stream. Check into the stream. Plus, everybody. How we doing on this Thursday, August 21st, 2025? Plus in the chat. Let me know how y'all are doing. Let me fix this again here. We don't need the ticker right now. I'll put the ticker back up when we have like pulse pounding breaking news. Pulse pounding. Right now we don't, so we don't need it. Let me fix that. Everybody check in. Happy Thursday. Hello. All right, fix that. There's Russia's losses today. Russian losses continue. A little less than usual, but, you know, they're still taking L's. A little under 1,000. 830 troops, 5 AFEs, 114 vehicles and fuel tanks, a tank, 41 artillery systems, 315 UAVs, 1 multiple launch rocket system, 1 anti-aircraft warfare, and then a special equipment over the past 24 hours within Ukraine. As we got 2 weeks, really quick, just to give you guys a Ukraine update. Ukraine, Trump, 2 weeks. A week of summit. No, where is it? Trump praises prospect of attacks on Ukraine. Interesting times ahead. He posted on Truth Social. There is his post. It is very hard, if not impossible, to win a war without attacking an invader's country. It's like a great team in sports that has a fantastic defense, but is not allowed to play offense. There's no chance of winning, and it's like that with Ukraine and Russia. Crooked and grossly incompetent Joe Biden. But now that Ukraine fight back, only defend. How did that work out? Regardless, this is a war that would have never happened if I were president. Zero chance. Interesting times ahead. So you got interesting times coming. That's what Trump said for Ukraine. You know, it's interesting. All right, we go here. Trump steps back from Russia and Ukraine peace talks for now. U.S. president told top advisors trilateral meeting would take place after leaders of the two countries have met. Trump intends to leave Russia and Ukraine to organize a meeting between their leaders without directly playing a role for now. According to the administration, officials familiar with the situation, taking a step back from the negotiations to end Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The next stage in Trump's eyes to end the war in Ukraine remains a bilateral meeting between Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, and Zelensky, the Ukrainian president. Trump has told advisors in recent days that he intends to host a trilateral meeting with the two leaders only after they have met first, although whether that initial conference takes place remains unclear, and Trump does not intend to become involved within that effort. In a phone interview with talk show host Mark Levin on the WABC on Tuesday, Trump also said he thought it would be better for Putin and Zelensky to meet without him in the first instance. He doesn't want anything to do with this. He's done. He doesn't want anything to do with it from the beginning at all. If Trump could have it, it would just pretend like it doesn't even exist, because then that's better for Russia, and then Trump doesn't have to say anything to the Kremlin, and then the Kremlin can just do whatever the hell they want, which is Trump has already came out and said that in the campaign last year. So if Trump could have his way, this is all just going to continue, and he doesn't care. He never has cared. Trump does not care about Ukraine, doesn't care about Ukrainians. He cares more about Russia. He cares for Russians and the Kremlin and Vladimir Putin, but he does not give a flying F about Ukraine whatsoever. Neither does his administration, and neither do the talking heads within the MAGA movement. They do not care. Okay, the annoying group that are Trump supporters that support Ukraine, your shit is not even close to being a reality, because you want to live in a MAGA world and support Trump and then also support Ukraine, and it's impossible. It's impossible to happen. So you got a lot of people that are like that within the Ukraine support base, and it's copium. So Trump is doing nothing for Ukraine. He never has, and he never will. And that's just where we're at. And it sucks to say that, but I've come to terms with it now at this point. I used to operate off hopium, okay? Especially during Biden, because I was annoyed with Biden. That's why I got involved as much as I did. Going to DC. Go to DC now, I mean, they might take me back. I might have to go sign back up for the military or something. I don't want to go back there. I have no interest in going to DC at all right now. But that's why I got involved as much as I did, because, yeah, but now it's so cooked. But if you guys want to support Ukraine on our end, because we can still do grassroots efforts, and that isn't going to stop, and other people continuing to fundraise. We got the ambassador edition for Ready Drone 1 of Join Dizga's Paw to help raise funds for an FPV drone, 10 FPV drones. Okay, one FPV drone is $1,000, which is cheap for a drone. Some places can do it for $500, but these are like state-of-the-art drones. Okay, these are good drones. But even that, at the $1,000 is far cheaper than the big ones. Okay, we're almost at one. We're at $764. So if you guys would like to support this campaign and support Ukraine, here's the link. Click that link and donate. But also there's options too to get your name or whatever you want signed on a howitzer. You can choose a 120 millimeter or 155 millimeter howitzer, and you can put a message on there, and you can fire, and you can have the Ukraine will take a video of it. And this was a thing when the war first started. Remember when the Enforcer channel had, like, they donated money to like one shell, and then they played that video at the start of their stream for like years and years, because they did like one donation to this thing and they thought it was amazing. Well, you guys can keep doing that if you would like to, and this goes towards the drone fundraiser, and you'll have a cool video. The people that you're supporting is a 2nd Galatian Brigade. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, 2nd Galatian Brigade has been fighting the occupiers in the hottest spots of the Donetsk region, participated in the defense of Vuhledar. The brigade holds back the occupiers' offensive on the outskirts of Pokrovsk. So this is where the support that we're giving to Ukraine is going. For this fundraiser, we've done so many fundraisers. It's going here. Right in the hottest spots of the war. There's the hot spots are in many spots around the front line right now, but this is arguably one of the biggest spots for fighting right now to this minute is in the Pokrovsk sector. And we have good news too with Ukraine. Okay? It's been going bad. Russians have been advancing. You got kind of like a mix of good and bad. The good news is Ukraine's counteroffensives are holding in Pokrovsk, and they've been able to stop the Russian advancement. So that they're fighting over some territory now, but overall the Russian blitzkrieg north of Pokrovsk has been slowed down. You also have successful Ukrainian counterattack in Ivanivka, so that's good news. Okay, just to the southwest of Pokrovsk, so that's good. You also got a Ukrainian counterattack to the east of Huliopol, okay, around Malinivka. So you got a couple Ukrainian counterattacks between Zaporizhia and Donetsk region that are holding. The area that I'm looking at now and kind of paying attention to is Kostyantynivka, and that is where the Russians are advancing. And anyone that's gone to Ukraine in the past 3 years to the front lines has been to Kostyantynivka, and that's everyone. I mean, it sucks because these villages we've been to and these cities are now occupied. We've been to many of them in here. But I mean, it's no doubt if people that are legit that say they've been to Ukraine and been to the front lines, you've gone to all of these cities. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe you were just in the south. People that maybe just went to Kherson, but even then, like everyone I've known that's gone to Ukraine to help, you're in the whole thing. Like you're going around the whole front at some point, or you're like over there. So you go through Kostyantynivka, Druzhdyivka, and Kramatorsk. So you got the fighting now pushing just to the southeast of Kostyantynivka. The Russians aren't occupying this, but the fighting has pushed to that location. So keeping an eye on that. Obviously, that's not going to be good if the Russians are able to push into Kostyantynivka, as this line of cities is very important to the efforts on the front lines of Ukraine. But beyond that, you got a couple Ukrainian counterattack successes. So overall, in the hottest parts of the front line right now, you got Russian advancement here, you got Ukrainian counterattack up here, and you got Ukrainian counterattack here, and Ukrainian counterattack here. Okay, that's basically what's going on. But all that to be said, our fundraiser for the 2nd Galatian Brigade is going to support these efforts directly. If you would like to help Ukraine out. Yeah, we've done trucks, we've done all types of stuff to support Ukraine, mostly trucks, because I was an 88 Mike in the army and I drove trucks in the army, so wanted to help Ukraine that way. But we've done drones, we've done medical supplies, we've done as much as possible. So now they need FPV drones to help with to try to stifle the Russian advancement. So I appreciate that. The Muppet Bros didn't do that. One of their members did it with the truck. Oh yeah, we know that. Yeah, we used to track all of it. Now a couple of the mods that were doing it fell off because it's like you can only track the grift so long, and no one cared in the Ukraine support base really. They're just, like I said, that Enforcer channel, they found a way to make millions off this war, and not a single YouTuber or anyone gave a fuck. We tried. Doesn't matter though. So hey, if you want to be an absolute subhuman piece of shit, they have the blueprint for you, and then you can make millions doing that. You can laugh at civilians fleeing war, and YouTube doesn't care either. Apparently community guidelines are fine. You can literally go up on a stream and then pull up a video of people running from missiles in this city and laugh at them, and then make millions doing it. Do what you got to do. Maybe some of the Trump maggots in the chat can learn something. Go make your money. I'm already telling people how to make money off of Trump supporters and doing merch, but there's so many ways to make money out here. You can just grift your way away if you want. That's what you want to do. Buy new Corvettes, whatever's clever, I guess. Hey, other major pro-Ukraine YouTubers, there's a YouTube channel that's like laughing at civilians and stealing money from their members and lying about fundraisers, and that's divisive. Hey, you're the actual problem by calling it out. I know, I've heard it all. So we did. There was an effort, big effort there, but we failed, and it is what it is. So they get to continue with the grift, and it is what it is. So that is Russia's losses and the latest news with Ukraine and the negotiations, whatever. So it's just going to continue to be an attrition, really. Like what I think is going to happen is the war. This is going to continue because any type of Trump brokered peace negotiation will be bad, and it'll be absolutely Russia gets whatever they want. So if anything, even though this is not a good situation, regardless, it's a better situation. Kind of like Biden. Biden, not the best. Didn't do everything he could, but boy, is that a night and day difference between Biden and Trump. And now it's like you're in another layer of hell. Okay, that was a layer of hell, and now you're in a deeper layer of hell. And now it's nothing, or Russians get the land, and then Trump fists a peace deal, in which at least thankfully, after the round of summit in Alaska and the meeting with the European leaders and Zelensky, it doesn't look like, at least right now, that Trump is going to force any. He just doesn't care, which is also good. It's good that he doesn't care, because if he actually did care, then the Russians would be, this would be forced in name only, obviously, Russian occupied territory, like, or Russian territory here within Ukraine, because that's what Trump, if it's all put onto him right now, which thankfully he doesn't care, but if he did, he'd be like, Russia, hold land, Putin gets what he wants, basically. You know, I'm Putin's fan. Zelensky, we had him here. You know, we got to put on a face, but I'm really a fan of Putin. So if it were up to Trump, you know, Russia would get to hold this for a negotiated settlement. And that obviously would be far worse, because then it's like you're taken out of the fight completely. There's no chance at all. The Russians get to hold the territory. And then if Ukraine would be held to an international standard of not being able to fight back, if that was like the forced negotiation, in theory. Obviously, Ukrainians are going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to do what they got to do to protect their country. Like, bro, I swear to God, as an American, if I had some international organization tell me, like, for example, say Russia invaded America or whatever, and we had some international organization tell us we can't fight back because some like India negotiated a deal, get fucked. Oh my God. I swear to God, like, that's, just think of it. You just got to put your thinking cap on and like tap in if this was America. Okay. And if like we were fighting against an invading force, and then you had another major country negotiate a peace in which then say like the Russians got to keep like Texas. I got to pick red states, because otherwise MAGA will be like, that's fine. They can keep California. They can keep Oregon, like, because they're losers. So let's say they pick Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, the South Florida. Okay. They get to keep those states, and then we can have a peace. Yeah, it won't be too good, would it? I don't think Americans would go for that. I don't think we'd go for that at all. And then also the resistance rules, that people that track Israel and Gaza, and they're like, the international community condemns how the resistance is fighting the IDF. Yeah, watch how Americans would be fighting back. I don't give a fuck about international law. I mean, okay, if we had an invading force come into America, I am doing the most guerrilla tactics possible. Are you shitting me? I'm talking like I am absolutely doing all of the tactics I do in Battlefield 5 and with C4. You know what I mean? You know, when you're playing Battlefield 6 and you're running around and there's like enemies and you just throw C4 at them and then boom, type shit. I don't care. I know the law of war. I know all that. I had to do all that when I was in the uniform. I ain't no uniforms when we're out. If Americans had to fight an occupying force, ain't no fucking, hey boy, I don't care. Hey, that convoy's rolling down the street. Oh, good thing I learned how to do IED training. Good thing I know how to do that. Or put something in the trash pile as the Russian convoy's coming down the street. Fuck you mean? What you talking about? So then when you got people that are like, Ukraine got to obey a peace deal, like, I'm with the energy that, no, fuck that. Okay, I'm with that. So regardless, like, I understand that there will be a international body, the UN or whatever loser organization, demands that Ukraine like have peace or stop fighting, so then there could be a peace. With Russia's never going to stop anyways. So, and Ukrainians know that Russia's never going to stop. So even if Trump and Putin decide a peace or whatever, I mean, I would empathize with Ukrainians and like understand completely that are going to be like, fuck that. No, we're going to keep fighting. They can demand whatever they want, but we're not going to go for that. Because you're damn right. There's no way, unless you got Americans that would be. You got like MAGA, you got turncoats. You'd have MAGA, turncoat, that would be like, okay, the Russians are our new leaders. Let's get in with them. You got people that would do that. That would be traitors, that would try to appease the occupier and work with them. So that way they could have a perceived better life, right? So you'd have those fucks. But I think a lot of Americans would be against that. I think a lot of people would go against it, but you'd for sure have turncoats in America, like Hooves, not Hooves. No, Hooves is cool. Hugh, like Hugh Jazz in the chat, who unfortunately has my favorite football team. Oh no, you don't. I always thought you had a Vikings logo on there. I don't even look hard enough. You have some stupid Simpsons thing. Yeah, huge ads would turn everyone in. I'd have to run like operations to pay people to get me people like you that are going to turn in Americans to the Russians if they were to invade. We'd have to equally run operations to help to get people to turn in the turncoats, if that makes sense, and bring them to justice. Type some like Batman shit, dude. It'd be like, dude, it'd be dark America for real. I'd be on all that. I'd be going after the Americans that are traitors. That's who I'd be targeting, and because like they'd be just as bad as the Russians that'd be invading or whoever else. Because and I wouldn't I would not care. I'll go out in a bullet storm of glory. Talk about John Marston, Red Dead Redemption ending. I don't care. That's how I'll go out. But I ain't going out without taking out a bunch with me. If we were ever to fight an invading force like Ukraine is fighting, well, I swear to God, dude. It's not going to go down like that if America would ever to be invaded. But thankfully, America is a powerful country. We have nuclear weapons. We have like the triad of nukes. We have the Article 5 of NATO. So, you know, in that imaginative, you know, line of thinking, we wouldn't have to probably go through what Ukraine is going through to fight an invading force. You'd have all types of allied powers inside of the U.S. helping, and like the Brits would be here fighting with and the French and the German, whoever, all the European countries would be here with us. So it wouldn't be just like American resistance fighting a Russian occupying force or China or whoever. And Ukraine doesn't have that. It's literally them and whoever in 2022 and 23 signed up and has earned the trust of the armed forces, so they get to fight. But beyond that, they're on their own. They don't have other countries helping them. Well, Russia does. Russia has the support of Iran with their drones and the Shahed drones, and also the help of the North Koreans, because the North Koreans have been helping Russia invade Ukraine. First, they helped them in the defense of Kursk, but then North Koreans have been used to attack Ukraine as well. So it's like Russia, Iran, and North Korea with the funding of China versus Ukraine and whoever from the West, randoms from the West that signed up. Individuals, not countries. Countries didn't sign on to help Ukraine. The support with old weapon systems and be kind of like a funnel to get weapons in there, but not actual NATO militaries. Not one NATO military has said, yep, we're going to go in and help Ukraine. Not at all. Zero. Former soldiers that fought in different Western militaries have gone and have tried to bring their expertise to help the soldiers in training. But not one round of orders have been drafted for any NATO country to go in to help Ukraine. And if America was invaded, it would be a night and day difference. But also, if America was invaded, the entire world would stop what they're doing. And it would be all about America, nothing else. Whereas like when Ukraine was invaded, we had about a week of interest. And then, I don't know, then people were like we had people on the left side of the aisle talk about this is a NATO proxy war. Or you had like Hassan saying, oh, Russia's never going to invade. Russia will never invade Ukraine. That's crazy work. That's what the neoliberals are saying to get you drawn into war for the military-industrial complex. Then what happened? Then Russia invaded, and then they all had to cope and figure out what their new line of bullshit was going to be. About West bad. We got to force West bad. Whereas if America was invaded, it would just be on just nonstop news coverage from everywhere. Maybe the only thing the world is talking about. Whereas again with Ukraine, had about a month-ish, and then people were back to their life. That's how it was in America, at least. Hard to say that to my diehard Ukraine supporters because you guys are locked in, but I'm just being honest about everyone else. Because you go to talk to an American right now, hey, they'd have no idea. Russia's still attacking Ukraine? When did that invasion still going? Type shit. But it's easy for us because, you know, you've been tracking the war every day, but a lot of people are not, or they gave up, or they stopped because it's not our country. It's a ignorance privilege, I guess. Well, that's still going, guys. So Russia's still invading Ukraine. Trump is kicking the can down the road. Ukraine has a couple counterattack successes. Russia is moving on Kostyantynivka, and that's where we're at with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Any questions? Do you have any questions on the invasion or the war? You'll fight for Americans before I fight for bum ass. No one is asking you to fight for anyone, Hugh. I'm telling you now. No one would want you to fight for anyone. You're in a YouTube chat. What the fuck are you talking about? You talk about you gonna go fight. You're gonna go fight some a left-leaning YouTube channel. You're gonna go fight all the community members of YouTube channels. What are you gonna do? Trump plans to join law. Anyways, 7 months into Trump's presidency, 2.0, he's gonna join the law enforcement on the streets of Washington D.C. tonight. That's where we're at. He's going to join the law enforcement and the National Guard on the streets of the Washington, D.C. tonight. Because there's just not enough happening for him. You know, the crime has been down. The numbers prove it. And Trump is forcing a militarized capital. And he's doing more political theater. And probably will stage something. Like something will be staged tonight. There will be a crime somewhere in DC, and Trump will be out there like, oh, how could this happen? The president's out walking and something happened. Well, this is crazy. I can imagine they're gonna do some type of false flag or do some bullshit, but we'll see. Because otherwise, it truly will just look like they're trying. They're trying. They're trying to force an issue that isn't an issue. This is what's going on here. So President Trump said in an interview that he intends to join law enforcement on the streets of Washington, D.C. Thursday evening, a move that seemed designed to draw more attention to his broad federal crackdown. I'm going to be out tonight, I think, with the police and with the military, of course. He told Todd Starnes. Who the hell is that now? What right-wing show is this for now? Who does this one? Newsmax. Weird. Okay. Newsmax guy. That's about right. That's what people that do content for Newsmax look like. Yep. I'm noticing that Newsmax has like a niche of people that look the same. Is this AI too? This does not look like legit. His tie and shit looked like it was photoshopped or something. Anyways. Yeah, Newsmax looking people. A senior White House official said that the details of the evening were still being worked out. A source familiar with the matter told CNN that members, you said, stop you. Thank you for not using clickbaity headlines. I mean, it's just, I don't have to. The headlines are kind of clickbaity themselves now, aren't they? I could put Trump to fear Trump Nazifies DC, chaos ensues. I could do that. That would be nuts. That would be psycho. I'd probably have crazy views, but I mean, honestly, the headlines are already clickbaity enough, aren't they? You know, they already draw attention. Trump sends Marines to Los Angeles. That's actually a truth. That's actually what happened. Trump activates military to patrol streets of Washington, D.C. It's just what's going on, unfortunately. Senior White House official said that the details of the evening were being worked out. A source familiar with the matter told CNN that some members of the Secret Service's Washington, D.C. field office who would handle a presidential movement like this one were caught off guard by the president's announcement. Of course, everyone's caught off guard by everything in this administration. Earlier this month, Trump ordered the federal government to take control of the city's police department and deploy National Guard troops. His planned appearance follows another staged event centered around the D.C. takeover on Wednesday, when Vice President J.D. Vance visited a Shake Shack at Union Station lunchtime, which, here's how that went. There's J.D. Vance at the Shake Shack.
Oh, look! It's Couch Fucker! You gonna fuck a couch, buddy?
Right here. Do not go past
Pussy boy.
Go fuck the couch! Go fuck the couch, J.D. Vance! Go fuck the couch!
So, yeah, go fuck a couch, J.D. Vance. Nobody likes J.D. Vance. And even MAGA don't like him either. They have to cope and force themselves to like him, which is what's even funnier. I'm noticing it. They're like, oh yeah, well, we have JD Vance. And they hate it's that meme where they have the smiley face mask and then they're behind the mask, they're like angry and crying. Because they know damn well JD Vance, yeah, you're fucking cooked, bro. You know damn well JD Vance is cooked, especially if you're gonna go against Newsom. What the Groypers are saying already. Their Groypers are out. I think they're leaving the MAGA movement.
My name's Governor Gavin Newsom.
Aryan. Look at this Aryan.
From the great
Patrick Bateman.
Nancy Pelosi. I come from a state like our nation of dreamers, of doers, of entrepreneurs, of innovators that prides itself on being on the leading and cutting edge of new ideas.
That's bone.
California is the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy.
Chad Gavin Newsom.
We pride ourselves on our ability to live together and advance together and prosper together across every conceivable and imaginable difference.
You said Chad Gavin Newsom.
What we pride ourselves most on is that we believe the future.
If you don't like Gavin Newsom, you're kind of like gay. I just don't.
You heard that? You hear that, Hugh? That's what your influencer told you. Right-wing influencer says you're gay if you don't like Gavin Newsom. How do you feel?
I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you look at a handsome, sociopathic, tall, white man who like clearly has contempt for like those around him, and you don't like him because he's a Democrat, but he's a Democrat. Like, there's something wrong with you. I don't know what else to say. But he's not a Republican.
For criminal justice, racial
he
justice,
may be tall, white, handsome, sociopathic with a beautiful white family and rich, but he's not a Republican. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're retarded.
It's over. I mean, it's just like Nick Fuentes is a fascist Nazi, but his shit carries the youth of dumb fuck youth. So if he's off the MAGA train and he's talking about Gavin Newsom, like, it's cooked. I'm just letting you know. Like, no, like, who do you have after old ass sloppy ass Trump? You got JD Vance, who this is his photo. Look at that. Oh, honestly, there's no difference. There you go. This photo looks terrible. You thought this looks cool? His head's taking up the whole goddamn picture, damn near. What the hell's going on? What's really happening? Your next, well, he took the Pete Hegseth with him. Damn, he's cutting into Pete's happy hour. So the White House posted that. I thought this photo went hard. Yeah, or JD Vance did. Make DC safe again. Looks like he's like, he's gonna bob his head side. It's like, I'm the vice president. What a fucking loser, dude. Holy, suit doesn't fit. Can you get a suit that fits? Like, you're the vice president of the United States of America. Jesus, brother. At least, like, Hegseth gets a suit that fits him because he's a TV guy. So he's got to look good on TV. So he knows how to at least dress. Yeah. I mean, that you look like me if I would have put a suit on him, but I don't wear a suit. So, and I'm not the vice president either. So, I mean, if you're giving, that's what you're giving. Someone that doesn't know how to wear a suit.
Look, it's couch fucker. You gonna fuck a couch buddy?
Right here. Do not go past
Also, he had JD Vance had the fucking Walt Disney closed down for him. He has shit closed down everywhere he goes. He went to India. They had the Taj Mahal shut down. Had he didn't say please. I got to add this one into the rotation emojis. Do I have this one? Nope, I have those three. But remind me, I got to add that one too. I don't have this JD Vance meme. There you go. Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah. Is DC safe again? Did you say please? JD Vance, the 2020. This guy, I hate this dude. Is just the most punchable face possible. I'm just holy. They all do though. MAGA dynasty. Our bench is deep. Marco Rubio. Marco is a part of that dynasty. Holy shit, dude. Anyways, so Trump is gonna patrol the streets of DC after JD Vance was just out visiting locations. Hold on. We got let me pull up another one. JD Vance. It's one of the most ridiculous political theaters we've had.
You have vagrants, you have drug addicts, you have the chronically homeless, you have the mentally ill who harass, who threaten violence, who attack families, and they've done it for far too long. This should be a monument to American greatness. This should be a place where you can come and share a meal or go shopping with your family. It should not be a place where parents of small children are afraid to bring them because, to Stephen's point,
more like conservatives are afraid to bring their families into cities because of right-wing propaganda. Right-wing media propaganda that lie, cheat, and steal. Okay, that's why. So there's no there. You go to DC, go to DC whenever you want. The crime is down. Can crime go down more? Yep. Do you need to activate the National Guard from multiple states and have Trump do a federal takeover of the city? No, that would be fascist and a dictator, and it's so forced. It's completely forced.
Empowered criminals over the people who actually need public safety in the city.
Robert said transgender athletes are taking over DC. The National Guard is transgender athletes now.
Are you going to be releasing evidence of this?
Of what? That DC has a terrible crime problem? You just got to look around. Obviously, DC...
Yeah, just look around. Yeah, we don't have to provide facts. We operate on feelings here, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey. Stop asking for facts. Have you used your instincts, your feelings, your senses?
Of what? That DC has a terrible crime problem? You just got to look around. Obviously, DC has a terrible crime problem.
Whoa.
The justice statistics back it up. The FBI statistics back it up. Just talk to a resident of this city, this beautiful, great American city.
Yeah, they don't want you there.
Don't they deserve... we talk about human rights. We hear these people outside screaming, free D.C. Let's free D.C. from lawlessness. Let's free Washington, D.C. from one of the highest murder rates in the entire world. Let's free Washington, D.C. so that young families can walk around and feel safe and secure. That's what we're trying to free D.C. from.
Are you campaigning? Campaign shit. They're in permanent campaign mode. Permanent campaign mode. It just doesn't end.
My concern is that my district is diced into pieces, creating an urban versus rural divide that already happens every day in this building.
Good. You have California delivering new maps because Texas did. Based. And listen, I see a lot of people that are on the left that that are more left than left. More left. They're lefter than liberals that are mad. And listen. Who else is doing shit? Who else is doing stuff that is actually effective, politically effective? I'm tired. I'm seeing it. It's like it's not the cool crowd. Newsom isn't the most popular, but he's getting more popular now, but he wasn't before the fight against MAGA and his social media posts. That's the truth. One of the most popular. I'd still probably argue that he's not, it wouldn't be the most popular choice completely, but he's generating more. He's building it now, like as we speak with his actions. But nobody else is doing anything that's significant to fight back against this. Well, the Republicans are cheating and taking more congressional seats in Texas. And that would obviously prevent it doesn't matter how left, progressive, whatever the candidate is, they will have more seats because Texas just cheated and gerrymandered and provided more seats so that way they can do it. And Gavin Newsom is fighting back against it. and he has the power to do it. He's a governor of a state. He has power within the Democratic Party to do something, and he's doing it. Okay, like I said, vigils, land recognitions, and all this other horse shit ain't gonna provide a politician that can win and that can actually fight back against MAGA. Okay, or pamphlets ain't gonna fucking do it. And you don't have time either. You don't have time for a revolution. You don't have time to convince Americans on how the capitalism bad and we need you don't have it. You don't have the time. It would take America, if you really want a revolution to uproot communism, America will have to fall. That's what it will actually take. And it seems to be some people are like going to further that by encouraging Russia or China, etc., etc. I guess bring on the invasion if that's what y'all really want to get capitalism to end. But that's really what it would take so that way you truly leave behind this capitalist America. But it ain't gonna fucking happen before midterms. It ain't gonna happen before 2028. Just get that just locked into your brain. You're gonna have to work with the Democrats that can actually win, that have power. Okay, and maybe there is a progressive Democrat that can generate enough populist support in the primary that will be a better option. Maybe, who knows? We'll see when the primary comes around, or we'll see when the midterm elections come around and like the slate of Democrats that are running for the Congress. But beyond that, like, I'm not purity testing unless it's like a Fetterman. Yeah, there's a good one. If it's like a Fetterman Democrat, yeah, I'll be on the side of the progressives with that, or I'll be on the side with the people that aren't going to want to. Or I think liberals don't like Fetterman anyways, or people that are Democratic Party all the way, and only the Democratic Party. And I feel it. I was the opposite for a while, but people that are like that, like, I don't even think Fetterman's going to land with them anymore. So Fetterman's, I'm with it. He can go fuck off. But I mean, beyond that, Democrats that are willing to actually fight back, that aren't like cucked to Israel for sure, don't want that, but actually have good policies too. But they know how to relay them, because you can have all the good policies you want if you don't know how to market your policies, or if you're boring, or if your shit isn't going to do well no matter what. So we'll see what the Democratic Party is offering. But at this point, people are crying about Newsom and what he's doing. Like, this is just as bad as, just shut up. Go read a book, or do what you got to do. Go read the Red Book. Do your thing. But Newsom fighting back is the most politically effective thing that the Democratic Party is doing right now, at this moment, in California. And that's what you need. You need wins, and you need political effectiveness, or nothing matters. Otherwise, you're just sitting in a community of incels that are just going to do nothing but talk on Discord and do Discord group chats. Do you want Discord group chats, or do you want wins? And do you want power? Because also, you can't bring the Democratic Party more left if you don't win. The Democratic Party will just continue to lose, and the Republicans will continue to win. And then it's like, if you care, I guess, fascism's bad. Fascism is bad, if you guys didn't know. And that's what the Republicans have chosen. So you got to get your Democrats in there, and then you lobby, and then you also, what's it called? When you primary. If they're not doing good enough, you primary them. That's what the Republicans do. If they're not Trump cultists hard enough, if they're not fascists enough, they get primaried. They're called rhinos. They have nicknames and everything. They have names for them. So either get on that, or you're going to be talking from the sidelines, and then as if you're doing some better shit. I noticed that last year. A lot of people sneering at Kamala or whatever, and standing like, APAC lady gonna lose. Now we got the military in DC. I mean, life is an interesting path, isn't it? Isn't life weird? So you want to sit there and sneer at like the choices that politicians in the Democratic Party are making to actually fight back. You might be holding yourself or anything that you want back too. You have to use the momentum. The momentum is with Newsom. Will it stay with Newsom? Who knows? People could get bored in like a week, and then you got a new thing. and then it's a new politician making people interested, or South Park is dropping some new shit soon. They'll be interested in that again. So it won't. Who knows if Newsom will keep the energy, but he's got it right now. Use it while you can. Capitalize off of it. Don't cry because it's not the progressives doing cool shit that people like right now. Okay, people like Newsom shitting on MAGA, so let them do that. Let Newsom do that, and then use it to bring people into whatever you want to talk about policy-wise. This is a good opportunity to talk about how the tax breaks for the middle class is better, or increase taxes on billionaires. This is a good time to talk about that, or something. Instead of just sitting there with your arms crossed, crying that Newsom's getting attention. But he destroyed homeless encampments. Every politician has, unfortunately. Name one that hasn't. Okay, now it doesn't make it good, but you're gonna sit there and purity test them on things that when you got the Trump administration having the National Guard removing the homeless encampments and then patrolling them afterwards, or the federal government out there and ICE grabbing people from their workplace middle of the day, but also doing that and then causing a disturbance in the community afterwards and making themselves loud. They're loud on purpose. They come into the towns with Bearcats and up-armored vehicles on purpose to draw attention to themselves, because then they get protests and then right-wing media can use it and make propaganda. Okay? You don't have that. I'm not seeing that at all in the Democratic Party or any politician that's interested. Kamala Harris would be doing the exact same thing. No, she wouldn't. No, she would not. Not even close. Not even an interest. Not even an interest in this. The Democratic Party does not have an interest in militarizing, or militarizing states and having the National Guard patrol our fucking streets. Golly, dude. I swear, the left-turn hemisphere of politics can be just as annoying as arguing with MAGA. I swear. Anyways, you got South Park going into DC. You got an upcoming episode. South Park take over DC. Yeah, the homelessness destruction of the encampment started with Reagan.
Your leadership is truly beyond anything we have ever had in this country. And you do not have a small penis. Thanks, gang. On behalf of the state of Florida, I'd like to give you this gift, a silver-plated space shuttle.
Next!
The third episode of South...
No, I don't want to hear him talk about it. I just want to see it. It's out already?
Wow! Washington, D.C.!
No, I don't want to see the Hollywood Reporter shit on it. I saw the clip. Maybe it's on X. I saw the clip. The blanket goes to Washington, D.C. Mark Zuckerberg goes in there? Oh, God, yeah.
You have...
Is it the whole thing? I saw a clip of it. Now I don't know where the hell it went.
Wow, the Supreme Court! Wow, Washington Memorial!
This is a clip from it.
Capitol!
The Capitol. Gotta skip that part.
Lincoln Memorial!
Same thing. And yeah, they're gonna cut down to his privates, and I'll just keep that off the stream. Because obviously, but yeah, they're going savage. Wow, Washington D.C. Richard, name the seven conflicts that Trump has stopped. Rich King in the chat. You have not named, well, they said it was 6 conflicts, but now they upped it to 7. But you have not provided my live chat with the 7 conflicts that Trump has ended. So I don't know why you're arguing with people when you have not provided that. Chat, don't let Rich tell you anything unless you ask intense. booed. Got to go to the gift shop afterwards. Jesus. Terrible. AP reporter describes Vance's unexpected visit to Union Station. This was yesterday after I left the stream. Oh, JD Vance delivers remarks. I don't want to watch the whole thing. Go to Ace and look at the latest clips for the day. Trump, thanks to Dustin's strong and effective leadership of the Texas House, incredible people of Texas will have the opportunity to elect 5 more Republicans to Congress. Wow, 5 more. Everyone likes the Republicans, I guess. Chip Roy announces run for Texas Attorney General. So Trump says.
And so I've thrown my hat in the ring to run for Attorney General of Texas. At the end of the term I'm currently serving, my 4th term, representing the 21st Congressional District, I'll have served for 8 years.
Wasn't he called, didn't MAGA cancel him and call him Chip Soy? Because he spoke against Trump one time? I thought he was canceled in MAGA world.
I don't think we need permanent legislators. I think we need people that are willing to, turn that over and let someone else now go represent the fine people of the Hill Country. But I want to come back home and use my talents and skills as a lawyer, as a former federal prosecutor, as the former First Assistant Attorney General of Texas, as someone who serves on the House Judiciary Committee as the chairman of the Constitution Subcommittee.
Yeah, I don't care. Trump is saying take a page out of there. I don't care about Chip Roy. Republicans, unfortunately, for too long have been unilaterally disarmed, allowing Democrats to basically monopolize districts using gerrymandering. They lie as they breathe.
What that does for our side, it fires us up. It gets us going. These memes of you riding a velociraptor with like a 12-pack and 2 freaking rifles in your hand.
Oh, I know. I'm in good shape. How about my bicep?
I bet you could do a real pull-up on like head death and the other.
My 10-pack.
Yeah, that was an internet troll on a podcast talking about the Secretary of Defense 46th, 47th, and 48th pull-up in the Pete and Bobby Challenge, while glazing Gavin Newsom over his hard-to-see biceps.
I just, this is American politics. American politics right now. This is where we're at. But MAGA is dead ass serious though. Dead ass serious. You don't think they're serious? They're writing whole Bible verses about it. Can't see his bicep. I can't see his biceps. I gotta log in. Where's my saved? Yeah. Here you go. Damn, dude. I can't, like, Threads is so goddamn small. There you go. You guys can follow me on Threads. So Tommy Lahren, conservative blonde number 375. Gavin, press office dorks think they're triggering us. They aren't. Definitely. You don't make posts unless you're not triggered. It's what toddlers do to get attention. Mommy, watch me. Mommy, watch me. He will never be Trump. He will never be president. But hey, at least he's getting some X-Post engagement. Go, Gavin, go. I'll discuss with Sean Hannity. It's hypocrisy, behavior. It's good. We can do it, but you can't. That's where we're at. That's Republicans. That's why it's like, why do you even debate them? Why do people even debate right wingers? They are fine with things as long as they can do it. You can't. All right, that's Republican politics. We can do it. You can't. Cope and seethe. And then when we can't do it, we cry like we're victims. And this is the worst thing ever. But when we do it, haha, suck it. We should have won. That's what they'll say. Yeah. So there's nothing really around that other than we can do it, you can't. Trump can truth all he wants. And this battle of redistricting started by Democrats.
The important point is, in this battle of redistricting, started by Democrats,
started by Democrats? The Democrats. You know, it's bad when Will Cain has his own show on Fox. I mean, it's always bad, but Will Cain has his own show on Fox. And he's unbearable to watch on sports. Now you gotta watch him in politics. Keeler, I will vouch for One Piece. I don't watch anime. Sorry. Skirt. What do we got here? I'm on fire, pissed off, and mad because billionaires are taking our money and our services for people like my daughter and my sister, fattening their pockets while we're losing out. We have to band together, step up and fight back.
Pockets when we're losing out. We have to band together and step up and fight back.
Okay. Not sure what that is. Not the context. What's the Cracker? What's the Cracker Barrel logo now? Am I missing something? What happened now? What are they mad at now? They're really mad at the fucking Cracker Barrel logo, guys. Please tell me this is not true. Oh. Cracker Barrel's modern makeover doesn't stop with redoing its restaurants. It's dropping the barrel and the man from its logo too. On Tuesday, the Southern-inspired casual dining chain unveiled a new logo, rooted even more closely to the iconic barrel shape, but without the barrel itself. A central part of the brand's identity since 1977. We care about this. This is a sign of America collapse. I can't have my man in the barrel anymore. They took my man and my barrel away. Jesus Christ. But they're upset for real though. Like they're actually upset. So I don't care either way, I guess. It's a bad day for boomer conservatives, I guess. Jesus. Just gonna have all the random crap in there. Declutter the interiors by removing the country-themed trinkets that line the walls. Dang. So you're telling me that conservative aesthetics don't work after a certain amount of time? People get bored? Uh-oh. Cracker Barrel's new modern logo and aesthetic became a political... Oh, my God, dude. Wokeness. Cracker Barrel's gone woke, guys. Jesus, fuck me, dude. MAGA erupts over Cracker Barrel logo change. Someone send me the Cracker Barrel logo and I'm going to post it on my main page just to trigger them. I need the Cracker Barrel logo. Now I know I want to trigger MAGA. Everything that makes them mad, just post it. And don't say anything. Just be like, ugh. I'm feeling like going to Cracker Barrel this afternoon with the new logo. Oh. The shit that they care about, dude. What the fuck is wrong with Cracker Barrel? Maybe its name. They removed massa. Oh my god, dude.
So much. Every time I go to Cracker Barrel, I build in time to shop. Yes. Of course. You know that they're even coming to New York City and they're going to do this whole like pop up with line dancing, whatever. Okay, here's what I was thinking about. I was like, am I being too harsh? But then no. For example, all of our sports logos that get refreshed, right? Like all of our college teams and stuff. But that happened regularly through life. After 50 years, this changes. They even changed the font. This is not nostalgic. This is not what we need. This is the libs.
So if you guys are like, man, I wonder if conservatives are really like what Trump is doing is just, man, they have to see it. They have to see what, no. Right-wing media drowns them with this. Guys, that's why I'm telling you to stop courting them. Stop looking for that dopamine hit like a drug, like I'm going to get this conservative to change their fucking mind. They are worried about Cracker Barrel today. Did you even know that Cracker Barrel was an issue? Probably not. You're probably thinking, man, damn, these conservatives have to see that Trump is going to be out there with the law enforcement patrolling D.C. tonight. Nope. Nope. They're mad about Cracker Barrel today. And that's how right-wing world works. So I'm telling y'all, stop trying to court Republicans. They will fall off themselves or figure it out. They're adults. They can do it if they want. Worry about your own politics, okay? Same with the Democratic politicians. Stop trying to bipartisanship is dead. Liberal policies help Republicans too, that's just how it works. Because Democrats are putting up policies that help everyone. So worry about your messaging for liberals and leftists and fuck the Republicans. Like, stop it. That's one thing that did bother me about Kamala Harris's campaign is they were trying to absolutely court Republicans because they felt they had to. Because that's like, we got to be bipartisan. That shit's dead. Shit's beyond dead. So dead. Cracker Barrel. I didn't even know that was a problem. Okay, back to patrolling. Let's see what they have to say about patrolling DC.
I mean, to just point about him just being on the beach. Could you ever, this is what an incredible president we have that actually serves and is among the American people.
I think it's like triumphant, right? Like he conquered the 2024 election and now he's conquering the streets of Washington, D.C. And I'll just remind, I mean, really.
Conquering the streets of DC. Fox News Republican lady number 737. Thank you. Why is it so different than what happened in Texas? And she's asking the question.
So your district was plus 15 in the 2024 election, and I saw some suggestions that it could become a toss-up district if it's redrawn this way, and some say it could be +4 Democrat in your region. But I guess the question is, why is it so different than what happened in Texas? And did Republicans sort of light this candle? And now we're going to see it steamroll across the country. You see Claire McCaskill, all these people saying, so what?
Yeah, you think it's going to be done you think it's done here in California today? Oh boy, Republicans you play stupid games, Republicans, because Democrats are smarter than you. Okay, conservatives are good at making money and giving your money to billionaires and like being a dick suck for billionaires, and that's it. Christian stuff, religion, propaganda, that's it. Beyond that, like policies and laws, when it comes to drafting that lame, boring stuff now, they have you all day long, and because the policies are actually beneficial to the American people. Not always, not every single one, but the bills that they are putting up, or at least interested in putting up into the Congress, are beneficial to Americans, regular American people, not billionaires. Obviously, billionaires will have to pay more money in their taxes, But then you got dick suck conservatives that will say, no, I'm going to be a billionaire someday, so you can't tax them. You can't tax them more because I'm going to be a billionaire next year. I just got to pick myself up from my bootstraps and I can be a billionaire too. So I got to defend them.
You know, let's put on our boxing gloves and go at it if that's the way they're going to do this in Texas.
Well, look, our founding fathers did leave to the states the responsibility for how they drew districts. But the High Court has repeatedly said that these districts have to be drawn with a level of impartiality, meaning have to be concise. They have to be drawn in.
Yeah, cry. They have to be we have to follow the rules. Texas doesn't, and our other Republicans don't. But it's not fair. It's not fair. We can only do it. What we did is put a lot of resources to make it possible for our rural hospitals to stay open, despite what the Biden administration did to them for 4 years.
Look, we did a lot in this legislation. Brian worked on it. The other representatives here worked very hard on this to make sure that a lot of our rural hospitals are struggling because of some of the policies of the Biden administration. So what we did is we put a lot of resources and a lot of changes in regulations to make it possible for our rural hospitals to stay open despite what the Biden administration did to them for 4 years. So our policy is very simple. Whether you're in a big city or a small town, we're going to fight for your access to health care. Whether you're an American citizen who's been here for 70 years or an American citizen who's been here for 2 years, we're going to fight for your access to a government that serves you. But if you're an illegal alien, you do not deserve...
If you're an illegal alien...
government-paid health care benefits. You need to get out of our country, and that's as simple as that.
That's as simple as that. Yeah, you think he's winning in 2028? You're out of your mind. Oh my God, we'll beat him with memes. We'll beat JD Vance with memes alone. Anyways, yeah, rural hospitals are getting shit on with this big beautiful bill. Let's ask Elon's fascist AI. Grok, fact check. Let's see what the fascist AI says. It says it's the fast mode. I'd never use this one. They have a button on there. Damn, that was slow. ChatGPT would have had it faster. Let's fact check the information provided in the context of the acts by ASIN. Claim. JD Vance attributes the struggles of the rural hospitals to policies from the Biden administration over the past 4 years that promises to highlight healthcare access. Fact check. This claim is misleading. According to the KFF Health article from October 30th, 2024, experts and industry representatives disagree with Vance's assertion that caring for immigrants without legal status is bankrupting rural hospitals. Other factors, such as low reimbursement rates, declining patient volumes, and financial losses from uninsured care, are more significant contributors to rural hospital closures. Additionally, the Biden-Harris administration has implemented policies to support rural health care, such as allowing critical access hospitals and small rural hospitals to convert to rural emergency hospitals. So even all the conservatives that live in these rural areas get the benefits of a Democratic administration. They all do. That's what I'm saying. Democrats, run on your own policies. Don't court them. They will just suck it up and receive the benefits while being told to hate trans people, black people, poor people, whatever. They're going to be bigoted and hatred, but like run on policies and people that are actually going to vote for you. Stop courting the right wing. They're just like they're just politically fucking cannon. They're like cannon fodder. They're just fodder to be thrown at shit, and the ultra rich wield them that way. I love the uneducated Trump. This initiative aims to keep these facilities open and improve access to care in rural areas, which is good. They should have access to health care there. Shouldn't be a debate. Trump makes it up for debate, though. Biden-Harris administration's efforts on rural health care. The Biden administration has taken steps to expand access to rural health care. This is accurate. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has announced efforts under the Biden-Harris administration to expand access to health care for over 5 million people in 39 states and Puerto Rico. As part of President Biden's Investing in America agenda that he had. This includes investments in infrastructure and clean energy capabilities in rural America, as well as initiatives to ensure access to quality healthcare services in underserved communities. Not only that, but he was trying to get y'all fucking high-speed internet. Because in rural areas of the U.S., they don't have internet that good. The internet don't work good. Okay? And it sucks. So we're trying to get that going too for you. While you sit there and vote for fascism. Conservatives. Furthermore, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has supported the conversion of rural hospitals to rural emergency hospitals to maintain access to emergency care in rural areas. Because they don't have that. You got to get like airlifted to the city. So they're trying to make it so you can get the care you need where you live. So you don't have to come to the big scary city. Where they got liberals there. Impact of immigrant care in rural hospitals. Vance suggests that providing care to immigrants without legal status is a primary cause of rural hospital closures. This is not supported by the evidence. Uh-oh, fascist AI doesn't agree. The KFF Health News article indicates that while there may be some financial strain from caring for uninsured individuals, including immigrants, this is not the primary cause of rural hospital closures. Other financial stressors, such as Medicaid reimbursement rates and declining inpatient volumes, are more significant. The article also notes that the impact of immigrant care on hospital finances is not well documented enough to be considered a dominant factor. In summary, J.D. Vance's claim that the Biden administration's policies over the past 4 years are primarily responsible for the struggles of rural hospitals is not entirely accurate. The Biden... What are we putting ones in the chat for? Why are we spamming ones? What happened? Did I tell y'all to put a 1 in the chat for something? Y'all putting 1. What'd I do? What's going on? Did I say put 1 in the chat? Am I rambling too fast? He loves dumb white trailer trash? Yeah. What y'all doing? Anyways, Biden administration has actually implemented measures to support rural healthcare, and the closure of rural hospitals is influenced by a complex set of factors, not solely by policies affecting immigrant care. You guys are doing a poll? Trump in prison, press 1. Oh, a poll was asked? Oh, put 1 in the chat if you want Trump to go to prison. Oh, okay. That's fun. There you go. 1 in the chat if you think Trump should go to prison. Not everybody can play. You can make it think harder. What does the think harder button do? Rock, fact check your fact check. Damn, chat goes super fast. It seems like a continuation of a previous conversation about fact-checking claims. Yes, we'll just have it fact-check itself for an hour. Just fact-check your fact-check your fact-checked. Just fact-check the whole day. Yeah, it's going crazy. ChatGPT would have given me the answer already, though. This is taking way too long. Yep. I'm getting bored. Okay, maybe searching for the latest updates on rural hospital closures will help. I don't know. Maybe you should do that. That's what you're supposed to do. Boy, it's going into this one. Let's see what it spits out here. This is the fast option. What are the other options? Expert thinks hard. I didn't put it on expert mode. Okay, this is the slowest fucking AI I've ever seen in my life. I'm over it. I'm gonna sit there for a half hour and watch it fact check itself. Okay. So the hospitals. That's an L on JD Vance as usual. Put it in Trump mode. Ludicrous mode. Trump Patrol, Trump Patrol. Cankles on the double. New song.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox, 1249 on the East Coast and 949 on the West Coast. My name is Josh Breslow, and I'm here to bring you all of your top stories, live events, and breaking news. And I do want to get you right to this live look that we do have coming in outside of Union Station here as we continue to follow breaking news involving the National Guard in D.C. Now, again, this is a live look showing the National Guard troops stationed outside of Union Station. This comes, of course, after the White House said the number of troops in the nation's capital would ramp up and federal officers would
For what, y'all?
Be on the streets around the clock. Now, that breaking news, we do have a post right here from a Fox News contributor as he says breaking, President Trump will be going out, quote, on patrol with D.C. law enforcement.
It's crazy. Nick Sorter is a Fox News contributor.
And National Guard tonight, per Todd Starnes. This is actually part of a news conference or interview that happened between President Trump and Todd Starnes there on Newsmax. He said, get your pop.
So I guess Nick Sorter is a first line source now. Boy. Yeah, he's so he's a contributor for all the that's what you look like. Yeah, that's what you look like when you go right wing. Tonight, Fox News, Newsmax, all the propaganda. He does all the propaganda. Hands in the pockets, nice. Monster, nice. Hell yeah. Boy, we're doing military stuff today. Hell yeah. Out of regs water bottle, nice. Sick. I mean, what the fuck else are they gonna do? They're literally in Washington, D.C. It's a tourist trap. The tourists go there. What the fuck else are they gonna do besides take pictures? People don't hate the military yet. So they're not going to take photos with the feds and the police. They still respect the military, so they're going to take pictures of them and want to look at the cool military shit. But it's when Trump will use the military on civilians that will change. That will change over time, and people won't be taking pictures with the military and like, oh, let's go. They'll be scared. They'll see this and look at the Humvee and be scared of it if Trump and the Republicans continue to have their way. Right now, it's cool photo op time. We're in the moment where that could change really quickly. You see the National Guard beating people and shit. That will change. This morning, Army Matt V, mine-resistant ambush protected vehicle. Oh my God. They crashed into a car. Nice. Great job. So they're adding to the problem. Probably couldn't see the goddamn car. I never driven a Matt V though, so I didn't get to drive that one. Unfortunately, I drove the other. I've driven the Cayman MRAP. Driven this one. It's like a ambulance, big ass fucking ambulance truck. Yep, I've driven that. I've driven the. What's the RG33? I've driven this one. It's a big school bus one. The school bus MRAP. Driven that, but I never got to do the cool one. Or they got another one too that the Humvee replaced. JLTV. It looks like a Matt V, but a little smaller. Never did get to drive that either. That came out while I was getting out. This replaced the Humvee. So that Humvee you're sitting there is going to be a relic, or is a relic soon. This is the new one. JLTV. The latest in American defense technology. Looks like it'd be cool to drive. But anyways, seeing normal little civilian vehicles is not easy in that. The visibility is tough. Okay, you're looking for mines and enemy vehicles. You're not looking for a sedan. So, they're dumb. Patrolling the streets of DC is dumb anyways. So dumb. What do you got? Full update? What do we got here? The DC Joint Task Force says that the driver of the transport vehicle, a National Guardsman, has been ticketed for running a red light. They got a ticket. Here's the update. Joint Task Force DC is aware of an incident on August 20th, 2025 involving a DC National Guard transport vehicle and a civilian vehicle at 8th Street Southeast and North Carolina Avenue. A 5-vehicle convoy and DC police cruiser stopped and helped the civilian, who was taken to a hospital. The driver of the transport vehicle, a National Guardsman, has been ticketed for running a red light. Is the military going to pay for the damages of the car? They better. The DC, the National Guard, and the JTF, GC are cooperating with local law enforcement. We are aware of this incident. Our priority is ensuring they're out there to fight crime, and they're adding to the docket. That's great. They're going to go get all the criminals, and they're out there crashing into people. That's great. Guys, while you guys are still on X, you could follow Amanda or Anarchy Princess for updates in DC, or Ford Fisher. 3 really good options to follow updates in DC of what's happening at the military. Why does this photo look so bad? Because it is bad. It's a terrible photo. He looks terrible. Looks like a big fucking dork. It's just how he walks. He walks like that. He's mid-walk. White House says President Trump to travel into DC neighborhoods tonight. DC neighborhoods. His motorcade likely will give away any surprise showing up. Yeah, please be prepared to respectfully welcome him to your neighborhood. So, yeah, if you want to get a good night's sleep tonight, you have fun with the president's everything coming into your town. McPherson Metro, usually full of crime and terror at 4:45 p.m. Not today.
Sorry.
The terror. Yeah, but if those 3 soldiers weren't there, there would be crime. It would just be crime. What time does this start? I'm going out there tonight. We got that. President visit also comes after JD Vance went out. Unlike other presidents, Trump has made few ventures into the district other than to deliver speeches or during his first term to visit former hotel down Pennsylvania Avenue. Trump spends 0 time in DC, like hanging out. People that haven't gone out to dinner in DC in 2 years are going out to dinner. Not at Cracker Barrel, though. Better not go eat at Cracker Barrel. They're woke now. Woke Barrel.
From 6 Republican-led states continued to arrive in the streets of Washington, D.C. as a part of President Trump's federal takeover of the D.C. Police Department. The president earlier this month declared a, quote, crime emergency in the nation's capital. Scott McFarland reports the troops were visited by Vice President J.D. Vance today in the heart of Washington.
A round of heckling and boos followed Vice President Vance as he arrived to see National Guard troops at Washington's Union Station.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. You can actually bring law and order to communities. You've just got to have the political willpower to do it.
Nearly 2,000 Guard members will be on the streets, many from 6 Republican-led states. The troops are still not carrying firearms or making arrests, but today we're manning posts near monuments and along the D.C. subway system, which Leroy Thorpe, who leads a community neighborhood watch group, says will help.
You think it's effective to have National Guard on the subway? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because the subway presents a public safety issue.
So, blue hair is bad. You're woke if you have blue hair. But if you do a red beard, though, that's trad. That is red-pilled. That is based. Blue hair, nope. Red beards. Okay, now I know how to be the woke right. All right, red beards.
For law-abiding citizens that are coming to or going from work.
But DC's mayor
for sure
continues to argue the deployment is unnecessary.
We know that crime has gone down in our city, and it has gone down precipitously over the last 2 years.
The Department of Justice has launched an investigation into DC's crime data, which the administration has called fake.
You just got to look around. Obviously, D.C. has a terrible crime problem. The Department of Justice statistics back it up. The FBI statistics back it up.
Tom Dupree is a former Justice Department official in the George W. Bush administration.
Might there be a political motivation for that?
I think there could be. In other words, right now there is a very public debate about the need for enhanced federal patrolling in the streets of D.C. and the use of federal law enforcement resources to stop local crime. And I think the factual backdrop this is all playing out against is crime in D.C. getting better or worse? And that's where the battle of the statistics comes in.
Oh, it's so exciting. So just exciting times.
Is the number of people arrested for having
stats
illegal guns. The Department of Justice says it's easing its prosecutions of people for possessing.
You will listen. You want to put crime at zero? Have the military patrol the streets 24 hours a day. Yep. Even then at that point, you're gonna have like resistance, and you're gonna have like crime of people like fighting against the. There will be like insurgents and shit. But yeah, you want to like do zero crime? Yeah, have the military just patrol everywhere. That's the America Republicans want. Go down the street, go to your favorite place, and you got a MRAP sitting there, up armored MRAP. And your kids, why is the military here? That's we're making America safe again. A bunch of morons. And then how much taxpayer money is going to that too? So they're like, while they're taking your benefits away. While they're taking all your benefits and all your money away, all of it's going towards the military patrolling. It's so stupid. Conservatives love it, though. They love it. Don't let them tell you otherwise. They love all this. I'm going to be out tonight. I'm going to keep it a secret, the president joked to radio host Todd Starnes. I'm going to be out tonight, I think, with the police and with the military, of course. So we're doing to do a good job. National Guard is great. They've done fantastic. It's not clear what the president's outing will look like and whether he'll remain in his motorcade or visit a particular location. Yeah, we'll just be safe if we have a complete police state. We'll be safe if the feds are just able to walk around. Masked men who refuse to identify themselves greet Ward 5 neighbors commuting this morning. Yeah, don't you want masked? Yeah, we love that. We voted for this. Masked federal agents that have baklavas on, looking like Russians, just grabbing people. Yeah, we voted for this. This is making America safe again. We can go to our woke Cracker Barrel without whatever. I don't know. There you go. There's a full picture. Yeah, you will lose. Yeah, or anyone that tries to, or you get in an accident with the military vehicle, it's not going to go well. Good thing the person didn't die, or didn't have a serious injury. Running a red light though, whatever. It's the Guard. The Union Station, the hottest club in all of DC. DC residents respond to an ATF Secret Service, MPD, FBI arrest in front of the Union Market, Trader Joe's. They're guarding Trader Joe's.
You guys are crazy. You're not even from here. Piss off every last one of you. Get the fuck off the streets. You're not here for us.
Guarding a Trader Joe's. The fake armies of the night mobilized not far from where Big Balls fell is a crazy. That's a crazy. The Potemkin police state. Donald Trump set up a Potemkin police state. That's named after the China villages, right? Like they got the Potemkin villages, or what's that? The like in name only or whatever, like fake. Potemkin village. A Potemkin village is an impressive but fake facade, either literal or figurative, designed to mask an undesirable reality or conceal an embarrassing truth. Oh, it's Russian. That makes sense. Oh, they're Russian villages, the Potemkin villages. They're like they're just designed for visual, and then in reality there's like nothing. Grigory Potemkin, who during the Empress Catherine the Great's 1787 visit, yeah, but also Little Rocket Man does this shit, and Kim Jong-un does this with his storefronts and shit to make it seem like they have food. Jeez, dude. Some old white hippies I recorded at Benning Road.
Bestie, show your face. Yeah, y'all got like
Are they helping a tow truck driver tow parked cars?
If you can't show your face, sweetie. Go out of there. Show it. Oh, you're a protector. That is shining armor. The fastest you.
They should not be allowed to wear masks like that. The federal government should not be allowed to wear masks. You want to go sign up for the feds and do this work, then the repercussions of the public, you should just accept that. You should accept that you're going to go be a fed and you're going to go do this and people are going to hate you because that's what your job is and you signed up for it. Okay? You don't get to wear a mask. That should be illegal. That should be absolutely illegal. Yeah. No, not legal at all. Wait till we start unmasking them. Vance and Hagseth leaving Union Station. We heard the boos. Here's another angle. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Battlefield 6 update. Is it coming back? Steak and Shake. Oh, Steak and Shake put a take out there. Sometimes people want to change things just to put their own personality on things. At CB, their goal is just to delete the personality altogether. Hence the elimination of the old timer from the signage. Heritage is what got Cracker Barrel this far, and now the CEO wants to just scrape it all away. At Steak and Shake, we take pride in our history, our families, and American values. All are welcome. We will never market ourselves away from past in a cheap effort to gain the approval of trend seekers. My heritage. I will never eat a Steak and Shake. I don't give a fuck. You got junk food beefing. You got shit food arguing with other shit food today. That's what's happening in right-wing world. What are the conservatives mad about today, you're wondering? Cracker Barrel. And they got Steak and Shake to fight. 2 million views. 59,000 likes. Nice. But this website's perfectly fine. Ooh, whoa, what's that? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't look like the Steak and Shake logo anymore. What happened to the jolly-looking Pudge Man? Stay Puft donut or Stay Puft guy from Ghostbusters on a program. What the heck? Did Steak and Shake go woke? What's the cope? Let's see what the conservative cope is going to be. Yeah, but that was is that the original logo now? Regardless, they got rid of their dude in the thing. You just earn my follow and my business when I'm near one of your locations. The disrespected trucker. They're all MAGA. MAGA. Don't let that guy near your fucking school. Mandate freedom. Do not comply. Organizer. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, do not let him near anybody. He organized the People's Convoy when they just like went in circles in the Beltway. Remember that? And they just wasted fuel, and then CJTV, dumb fuck, went there and thought that was going to be like the story of the century, and we all just laughed at all of them. I followed it to Wisconsin and then realized, yeah, this is dumb. This is the dumbest thing. They thought it was, they all were on the bridges and shit. Remember that? Canada did it, and then American MAGA was like, yeah, well, we'll do it too. Is Cracker Barrel really going woke for change? Oh, I don't care. I don't care. There you go. I don't know why MAGA is upset with the new logo. Oh, that's the one. I'm saving that one. I am saving that one. You should go back to your old logo. Okay, Greg. Your CEO is from Iran. Steak and Shake CEO. Heritage matters, especially heritage Americans. Can you explain why you had this H-1B job posting seeking out a foreigner for 90,000? Yeah, fight Steak and Shake. Yeah. Brother. Oh my God, dude. In college, I worked at Cracker Barrel in Tallahassee. I even gave my life to Christ in their... If you've given your life to Christ in a Cracker Barrel parking lot, I don't have words for you right now. I didn't expect to have to think about that. My bad. But imagine saying that. Like what do they have? The swimming pool out there? You could go and eat your Cracker Barrel after church service and then go give your life to Jesus. Go have Jesus insert himself into you in the Cracker Barrel parking lot, or like what's going on? Was it after hours? Was it at nighttime? Was it in the car? Back seat? Front seat? The logo is iconic and their unique restaurants were a fixture of American culture. Really? No one asked for this woke rebrand. Time to make Cracker Barrel great again. Byron, it'll be okay. Have a nice cry and seek help. They changed their logo. We'll get through this. I gave my life to Christ when he appeared on my Denny's toast. Only in America do you meet Christ in a Cracker Barrel parking lot. Oh my God. They took a symbol away. That's what. They care about their products. Nobody wants the decor on the right. Barf. Looks like some mutant Denny's. You guys ever want to get in on the right-wing culture war? It's fun. and call Cracker Barrel woke and be mad. Actually, your politicians will be mad with you. And you'll feel emboldened and you'll feel legit because your politicians are mad too. The tariff men. You know, you think I'm pulling up memes and shit, and sometimes I am, but most of the time this is literally like the actual politics. This is from the official GOP account. The tariff men. With Trump right in the middle of, okay. Tucker Carlson's beefing with all right-wingers now. The redheaded libertarian is mad that Governor Newsom's press office is getting millions of reactions. There's another one. I remember when you took that bullet for us. Someone at X needs to look into this account. Nearly every single post, no matter how mundane, has tens of thousands of likes and millions of views. It's astroturfing, reminiscent of what they did with Kamala during election season. Astroturfing. This is not normal ratioing. They know what they're doing. This is not normal ratioing. You know, before Elon bought this app, there were like millions of normal people that were on this. And there still might have accounts. And maybe seeing Gavin Newsom give a reason for them to come back and drop reactions again is what is happening. Because otherwise, what the fuck else is there to come to this platform for? To look at more right-wing bullshit all day? Nazi stuff? The only reason to come here is to find the one or two people fighting against it, which would be Gavin Newsom office right now. So that's why they're able to ratio people, because this app was the biggest social media app before Elon bought it. It still is. There's numbers are there. The usage time isn't really there probably for people that used to use it. And this could be a reason they're coming back. But funny how it's all fake when they're doing well. Grok analysis has determined the account is significantly botted. They're so mad. They need someone to match Trump's zero fucks energy. So it seems like I call Gavin daddy now. Jesus. Well, they're not happy. They're surely not happy with what Gavin Newsom's doing.
Let me tell you something. Gavin Newsom, for the past week and some change, has been doing what I've wanted a Democrat to do for a long time. Okay, see, Michelle Obama once said, when they go low, we go high.
Low. Yeah, fuck that.
Charlotte has never agreed with that.
Me neither. I agree. Nope. For what? You know what my policy is? When they go low, I'm bringing them to hell. We're going to hell together. What? Now what? Now we're both in hell. Yep. They go low. We're going the lowest possible. I'm going lower. Every time. Not every time. There's like, yeah, not every time. But if it's like an absolute like fuckface of a person that you're dealing with, I'm coming for your soul. I want to affect how you think mentally and have that be painful for you. That's what I want to do. Okay. Not with everyone though. I've gotten better on Facebook. Like I just got my monetization back and my reach, so I'm not trying to go like crazy, but on X, so I will. This app is Nazis are on this app, so I'll just say whatever I want on this app. But my other social media though, like I won't fly off the handle like I used to last couple years. But I mean, beyond that though, yeah. You want to say some crazy bigoted shit? I got some smoke for you to say. and it will be bigoted, and it will be directed at the person saying it.
Okay, when they go low, either you ignore them and mind your business, stay doing the work, or when they go low, you go to hell.
Exactly. I agree. I agree with Charlemagne the God on something. That's crazy.
Okay, and Gavin Newsom over the last week and a half has been going to hell with the Trump administration. Not even really going to hell, just matching energy, and I like it.
Yep. Matching energy. I mean, yeah, true. Because I wouldn't even say Gavin, they haven't even done anything crazy other than literally just matching Trump's energy. And then right-wingers are like, Dad, they can't. This isn't bothering us. Gavin Newsom's doing nothing to bother us. We're only just really mad. To my America only friends. Is this like a new OnlyFans for America? Or like what's going on? America only? You'll never feel lonely with America only. The feds up your ass. Scrolling this app is just pain. It's pain. Trump, we will know within 2 weeks whether there will be a peace in Ukraine. Like I said, 2 weeks. He's back. Tacos in the chat. 2 weeks. Representative Lloyd Doggett. He won't run for Congress. He's put in the district with Greg Kasar. With approval of the crooked Trump maps imminent, the future of redistricting turns next to the courts. If this racially gerrymandered Trump map is rejected, as it should be, I will continue seeking re-election in Congressional District 37 to represent my neighbors in the only town I've ever called home. If the courts give Trump a victory in his scheme to maintain control of a compliant House, I will not seek re-election in the reconfigured CD 37, even though it contains over 2/3 of my current constituents. Most of Congressman Kasar's current CD 35 is not located in Austin. The Trump revised CD 35 gains Hispanic population to become 57% Hispanic. While drawn to favor Republican, it remains a competitive district in which Biden was received 49% and all red 48%. I'd hope that my commitment to re-election under any circumstances would encourage Congressman Kasar to not surrender his winnable district to Trump. While his apparent decision is most unfortunate, I prefer to devote the coming months to fighting Trump tyranny and serving Austin rather than waging a struggle with fellow Democrats. If Trump extreme gerrymandering prevails, I wish Congressman Kasar the best. Okay. So you got the redistricting shake up in Texas with the gerrymandering. I'm waiting to see when Trump's going to take the streets here. I agree. So I follow Omar. You got it on both sides. You got Palestinian supporters that sound like Russian propagandists, and you also have Israel, Ukraine supporters that sound the same as like Russians, and it's the worst. There was no situation in which you can come out supporting Israel and not sound like the Russians. Okay? There's not one. Not one situation. If like you support Ukraine, you want to go support Israel, great, you're going to sound like a hypocrite. You sound like a clown. The biggest clowns are the ones that support Ukraine and Israel. That one makes those people just make me mad for real. Honestly, more mad than the Palestine supporters of Palestine, and then Ukraine is supported by the West, so they can't be supported by us. Like that's annoying. But the worst are the Ukraine-Israel supporters, because like you spend all day with them about imperialism and tyranny and bombing civilians, and then you're like, okay, well Israel's doing it too. No, they're not. See the Hamas. and see that there's Hamas everywhere. You just got to bomb all of them. They're all Hamas. And then it's like, oh, well, Russia says that all Ukrainians are Nazis, so then they can just bomb all of them. Well, no. See, it's hard to be morally consistent. I know. It's not easy. People can't do it. You got Georgia protests still happening. Fox News melts down over Gavin Newsom. I'm waiting for Trump on the taking the streets, guys. So I'm just kind of delaying for a second.
Gavin Newsom is
if that's gonna happen.
Living rent free in the very oversized heads of many Fox News hosts. One of those being Sean Hannity. Last night on Fox News, most of the primetime shows were focused on Gavin Newsom.
They all were, weren't they?
They weren't focused on ending conflict around the world. They weren't focused on the growing cracks in the American economy thanks to Donald Trump's second.
Yeah, they're focused on Newsom and Cracker Barrel.
Economic policy. They are obsessed with Gavin Newsom. And I believe that that is because what Newsom is doing is working. Mm-hmm. Here is Hannity attacking, ridiculing the social media approach of Newsom in mocking Donald Trump. He's so jealous they didn't come up with this themselves.
Now, currently, he and a social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump on X by posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to...
I want to watch that myself. They're it's really bothering them, isn't it? Remember, the only reason we're watching this is to make fun of it and criticize it. You don't take this as like this is your news source. It's just they are coping, and I want to see the cope. Just like we watch the Russian state media. Okay, we're watching Fox News unironically. Remember that.
Welcome to Hannity and breaking tonight. It is official. The Texas House has approved a new congressional map, which could net Republicans up to 5 additional seats in the very important midterm elections in 2026. And if Democrats...
Okay, we don't need to watch his whole spiel, so let's just get to California. California nightmare. Oh, boy. A nightmare.
America...
And then they put the photo of the... Oh, wow. Propaganda at its best. They use the picture of the wildfires. Oh my goodness.
Would become if a radical Democrat wins the White House.
Yeah, you'll have they'll use the weather machines and cause wildfires everywhere, and that's Newsom's fault in Republican world.
Pay very close attention. Despite what is a vast, stunning natural resources in California, great weather.
Well, sorry, thank you for subbing.
Beautiful oceans. The Golden State has become totally unlivable for so many Americans. After years
and years of us shitting on it, it's now just become bad. Even though we say it's bad every single year for the past 25 plus years of this type of television. We have only said California is a woke, blue-haired paradise for leftists. And we only ever always say that every day. But now it's bad. Now it's unlivable. Remember when Joe Rogan moved from California to Texas like 10 years ago and shit? And like as if that propaganda stopped? Yeah, now it's newly bad. It was good yesterday. Now it's bad.
Democratic one-party rule. Californians, look at these numbers. They are fleeing the state in droves with the largest net migration in the entire country.
Population of California. Sorry, but that in California, that number does nothing to the population. Okay. They have like 40 million people that live in that state. Okay. So when that amount of people leave, it does really not much. And then it's filled in, obviously. Because then they have tourism. A lot of states don't get tourists. So they don't have an economy for that. California does. So you have people from out of state that come in and fill in the economic loss of people moving. And that happens every day. They're the 4th biggest economy in the world. The world, not the United States. In the world. They have better economies than whole countries just in California.
It even recently lost a congressional seat for the first time ever and is projected to lose at least 4 more seats by 2030. So let us be clear. The state's radical Democratic agenda, led by our old friend Gavin Newsom, is to blame for all of this. Unfortunately, that might be news to Gavin.
What's up with the he's trying to clear his clogged nostrils from cocaine, or what's going on?
Attention seems to be elsewhere, embarrassing himself, running for president. In fact, he's now so totally fixated and focused on doing whatever he
Dude, out of fucking breath? Like, what's going on, actually?
Can do to win his party's 2028 nomination is like he changes every single hour of every day, and frankly, it's getting hard to watch.
God, how the fuck can you listen to this show, actually? Yeah, all projection, though, because Donald Trump does this every single day, so it's fine when he does it. It's weird when Gavin Newsom does it, I guess.
Even morning liberal...
You got to go look at the ceiling for the answers, Hannity? Using your feelings instead of facts?
Doing whatever he can do to win his party's 2028 nomination is like he changes every single hour of every day, and frankly, it's getting hard to watch. Even morning liberal Joe agrees with me. Now, currently, he and a...
Morning liberal Joe? What did liberal Joe, Morning Joe, have to say? Which I don't care about Morning Joe.
Social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump on X by...
The Morning Joe, because he's a centrist. Like the Morning Joe show appeases conservatives too. Did he say Newsom is bad? Joe was a rep. Oh, that makes sense. I don't, where would I even find that? I don't know. He's probably just saying shit. Could be. Unless you guys can link me the Morning Joe clip of him not liking Newsom, I guess.
Posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to be Donald Trump. Gavin is also attacking Fox News hosts. He's trying to bait conservatives into social media fights. He's actually referred to our own Tommy Laren's account as Yelp for toilets.
Yelp for toilets? Yeah, they're doing all this funny shit and it's working and we totally aren't affected by it. Yeah, they're doing all these, they're doing what we do and it's totally not affecting us. We're totally not upset.
Very clever and funny. She'll join us in a moment to respond. Gavin, look, I know Gavin. In person, he can be a very likable guy. I know he's slick. I got it. I've got his number. But unfortunately, it is his radical policies. That's where the disaster is for him. Pretending to be President Trump is not only embarrassing, it will not negate the disastrous policies and positions and the horrible state that California is in. Now, that includes Gavin's campaign to woo conservatives. First, he was going to be a podcaster and interview Steve Bannon and Charlie Kirk. That didn't work out.
Now, he's not trying to be that. He's trying to get your fucking people that watch all that. That's what he's doing. He's not trying to be that. He's trying to get all your people, all your uninformed viewers of right-wing content. That's where you want to cook there. You don't convince the influencer. You just use them to get to their audience. That's all you need to do. You want to get into some shit with a conservative, just, yeah, okay, yeah. But your real goal is to get their audience and the people that are watching them that are not informed at all, because people that watch right-wing content are the least informed. So it's an opportunity to provide that. What happened when Pete Buttigieg went on Flagrant Andrew Schulz. And then they were like, well, hey, this guy good.
A lot of what that tax revenue goes into or is supposed to go into.
Oh, and honestly, I'm making fun of it because it happened to me. Okay, I'm just tapping back into when I was in 2015, Andrew, right-wing Trump supporter. That was me. Do you know the first time I heard Bernie actually listen to him? Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this, it was on Joe Rogan. I did not give one fuck about listening to Bernie, because you know why? Fox News told me about Bernie, and that's all I needed. Fox News told me what Bernie's policies were. Or, yeah, they didn't have Newsmax or OAN back then yet. So it was Fox News and right-wing podcasters said Bernie was a communist. And then what happened? As soon as Bernie goes on Joe Rogan, now I'm watching because he's on my Joe Rogan at the time. And I'm like, oh, well, Bernie, he's not so bad. Oh, Bernie makes sense. Why would Fox News lie? And that's like kind of maybe that was like the start of like leaving that. It was like when I saw Bernie on there and gun violence that Republicans don't care about at all. That in schools and like kids getting shot at school. And they like that. But giving lunches to them and like making sure they can have breakfast for the day is bad. So that's what really, honestly, yeah, it was the school shootings, and then seeing Bernie on Joe Rogan was like the final is, oh, well, why does Bernie sound like this? And he can have a conversation with Joe Rogan, but then Fox News and my other right-wing bullshit will say he's like a commie, dirty or whatever, doesn't have any plans. And he laid out, Bernie laid out all of his plans and policies on the Joe Rogan podcast in 2015-16. So it's not that they're going there to be that, it's they go there to audience capture, which is what they have to do.
Here in the U.S. is what then turns around and makes it possible for businesses to thrive.
Can you give us an example of that?
Yeah, my favorite example is probably the smartphone. The federal government could not have invented the iPhone, right? Like, I don't think any of us would want a phone that was like invented by the federal government.
That thing would suck.
That is like all of the design, the manufacturing, supply chains. That's the kind of thing that corporations can do very well. Yeah. And Apple did it very well, and their competitors. But what makes the iPhone work? Well, among other things, the internet. The internet was literally invented by a federal research project. And it would never have been possible to invent the internet with a private company, because you wouldn't have got the kind of capital return. Even though it's $1 trillion idea or a multi-trillion dollar idea, companies can do multi-billion dollar ideas, but $1 trillion idea, like inventing the internet, that requires basic research. And that's the kind of thing the government's supposed to do, among many other things.
It requires basic research? What is that?
Yeah, by basic research, I mean things that are so fundamental that you actually don't know for 50 or 100 years if they're going to have a return. They might never work out.
Oh, right? Yeah. You can't look at it as this thing is going to be profitable. It has to be
so it's different
benevolent endeavor for society.
Yeah, it's different from research on like a pharmaceutical company researches a new medication, expecting that they're going to
there's going to be a return in the next 10, 20 years.
Right, at least kind of within the kind of profit horizon.
Yeah. But public parks is another version of this and something like that.
Yeah,
you can't privatize the public park.
Right.
No, you can't. The right wing does, though. Andrew Schultz is a podcaster, and most of his audience is right wing, and so it takes someone like Pete Buttigieg to come on there and break through that.
This is the whole idea of public goods, right? This is why we have governments, why we collect taxes.
God, we're turning into such libs already, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, you can feel it course through you. You can feel the facts coursing through you, Andrew.
But there's
we're turning into libs already. Aren't facts fun?
Handshake, right? There are the things that only the government can do, and then there are the things that the private sector can and should do, and they meet in the middle. But if you start shorting, part of what really worries me right now about this kind of war on academia, cuts to cancer research, the cuts to science research, this kind of like general anti-science like atmosphere that I think is emanating from the administration, like that costs us in ways that don't show up on a corporate profit and loss statement 6 months from now or a year from now. But in terms of whether a country, a society, an economy is productive and is growing and is innovating, that starts to really cost you over time. And if we're shorting that, or if corporations and extremely wealthy people don't want to be paying into that through taxes, that is, I think, a classic example of a kind of short-term gain that causes long-term pain. A lot of what
gotta go on the podcast to make sense of them, or to bring the logic to the audience, because they're not gonna come watch. They ain't gonna come and watch left-wing stuff. So you gotta go to them and bring the shit to them, and that's what Newsom was doing.
After he got caught, of course, in an embarrassing lie, actually one after another. Take a look.
The Latinx stuff, that, by the way, not one person ever in my office has ever used the word Latinx.
So can we finally put that to bed?
Yeah, where did that even
No more Latinx, everybody.
Well, I just didn't even know where it came from. I'm like, what are people talking about? I hope we can really paint a picture in terms of our consciousness of how impactful this has been on the Latinx community. About 3/4 of renters in the state that have fallen behind in rent, represented in the Latino and African American.
He's being a politician, doing what his focus group said that which should be used. By the way, yeah, Latinx is dumb. That's dumb. Agreed. Don't never use that. If you're using Latinx as a Latino myself, nope, stop it. Cancel that. That was the dumbest fucking thing ever, because like in Spanish, you have female words and male words. And so they're trying to make a non-binary. Stop it. Knock it off. Okay, Latinx is not a thing. And it never will be. The Hispanic community fucking hates it. It's stupid. So anyways, that was probably focus group shit and him being politician stuff, which that's still bad. But he didn't invent Latinx. He didn't create Latinx thing. He's using it because that's what the left-leaning politics of the day were calling for. To use Latinx. Stop. Never use that, ever.
American community.
I'm going to add to my banned words. I've never seen y'all use it, but get rid of that
Latinx
shit.
and black communities.
You've got politicians that are banning not assault rifles, but the word Latinx. They're not even serious.
And it gets worse from there. Now, Gavin, you're not going to listen to me, but maybe you'll consider focusing on your day job, maybe help end crime, homelessness, lower taxes. People in your state are way overtaxed. Help the people in the Pacific Palisades rebuild. Maybe have some water in the hydrants and the reservoir.
Maybe do all the right-wing propaganda that we say and lie about water in the reservoir. We turned the hoses back on. Property. You're going to talk about tax. You're going to talk about taxes, Republican speak man. You talk about tax breaks for billionaires. Really?
Sadly, everything for Newsom is just a political stunt or a political game. His end goal is he thinks this might make him president. He's more Trump-like, but he's not Trump. It's not making life better for people in California.
He's not trying to be like Trump-like. He's making fun of Trump. They're shitting. They're memeing on you. It's a joke, and you're not getting it. And you're like, no, he's trying to be Trump. No, he's not trying to be Trump. He's putting a mirror on Trump and MAGA. He's holding up a mirror. That's all he's doing. No more, no less.
California. A huge political miscalculation, but Gavin doesn't listen to me. His views...
No, I know. No one listens to you. I mean, no one outside of your own, like, even right-wingers have left Fox News and they're watching OAN, Newsmax, or whatever. So not many are listening to you anymore.
His governor have changed year after year based on polling and trends. His views will also change during any Democratic primary. If nominated, his views will likely change yet again during a general election. But his record...
What views are changing? Like that he doesn't like Latinx? Wow. What a change, what a major change. That is super. Even then, like the Latinx thing is annoying, but is like, if someone said Latinx, is that like a policy of like taking your tax money away or your Medicare away? It's just a word. But yeah, I would agree that using it is dumb. Regardless, it's not something that is a major policy flop, a flip-flop on policy. Because he doesn't want to use that word anymore.
Will forever haunt him. The country will be
gonna forever haunt him.
Faced with the question, if he's the nominee, do you want America to become California? He just spent, the last several weeks.
Which the fourth economy in the world, tourism everywhere, tech havens. I mean, what do you opportunity? Cool beaches, cool views. What do you mean? That doesn't seem like a good argument. But America to become California, what we'd have ocean, the ocean everywhere. Do you go to the beach?
Bashing President Trump over the Texas redistricting fight while threatening to gerrymander his own state even more. Not that there's much left to gerrymander. And of course, this very public political battle doesn't help the people of California at all. It doesn't even help the Democratic Party. Helps nobody. It hurts Gavin Newsom. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for him.
They're mad. It's working. So that's what I'm telling the people that are further left of liberals. Let Gavin Newsom do this and don't add to the Republican cries. Stop it. I'm seeing it. I mentioned this earlier, so I don't want to go into it again. But if you're further left than liberals, let Newsom do what he's doing because it's working and they're mad. If you're going to start criticizing Newsom for this because you're mad because there's no political effectiveness at all on the further left, zero. but something is politically effective and it's not something that you're doing, let it happen. And don't add to that. You're going to say the same shit. We're going to find some people saying the same shit that MAGA is saying. And it's not correct.
But Gavin Newsom doesn't care. His sole focus appears to be his own political career on the national stage. Now, if you want to have a job, a new job, what's the best way to get a promotion? Simple. Be great at your current job. And the really sad part.
Yeah, that's how it works for sure. Yeah, privilege and nepotism and that definitely doesn't factor into life in America for sure.
Now California is getting
just pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Left in the dust. When you cut through all the clutter and all the gimmicks and all the performative stunts and all the transformations, Gavin the podcaster, Gavin acting like Trump, this is Newsom's record. That will be at the heart of any campaign he runs in the future, should he ever run. Anyway, assuming he does run for president. Let's start with something he's really sensitive about, and that is his many failures surrounding horrific wildfires in Southern California.
Wow.
Shouldn't the buck stop with the governor? On January 7th, firefighters...
Shouldn't the buck stop with the president when he said that he was going to release the Epstein files and they weren't? And then he had his attorney general say the files are on my desk and then they weren't? You're going to blame Gavin Newsom for wildfires?
They showed up to protect their communities bravely, only to discover that there was no water. The state's
no water. There's no water.
Water supply had been totally mismanaged.
Lie more. You got to look for the lies.
A key reservoir was empty. Critical fire hydrants were non-operational. No water in them. As a result, entire neighborhoods burned to the ground all the way to the ocean. Look at this disaster. And according to the LA Times,
this disaster.
Nearly 13,000 households were displaced from the sky. All you could see was block after block after block. Look at this disaster of charred rubble.
Yeah, look at now. So this is propaganda at its finest. Propaganda at its finest. The Russians do this. Fox News does it, and it's incredible. It is incredible. It doesn't work on me anymore, thankfully, but this works on so many Americans. This is what they're doing here.
Remember,
Sean Hannity up there just woofing, just up there just begging for one of these narratives to land, and they do. Unfortunately, these narratives land with lots of Americans, and they like this. Oh yeah, there's Newsom did that. Yeah, he didn't turn on the weather machine. The Democrats had it. He didn't turn on the water.
Wildfires, Santa Ana winds, California. I did live in Southern California for 5 years. All of it is predictable.
Yeah, it's predictable. Yeah, I would have told them. Yeah, when I lived there, yeah, it was predictable. They should have known that the fires are going to be this bad. Ignore the fact that they had 130 mile an hour winds, that the embers were carrying like multiple blocks and starting new fires all over the place. We covered all that, so I was there for it. I wasn't there in California, but we were live that whole time. One of the bigger streams we've had before the protests kicked off again this year. But to blame Newsom for that is insane. To hold Newsom accountable for making sure California is the funding goes to where it needs to go, and you don't give Gavin Newsom a free pass and like he can just do what he wants. No, you always have to have accountability on your politicians. But to blame him for the fires is Republican shit. You're probably absolute Republican shit that they do. That they play political games with natural disasters every time. Same with the hurricanes in South Carolina. They still do that. Biden didn't care about the hurricane in South Carolina. He didn't care about the victims. You let them. Meanwhile, Texas is still looking for any federal aid. Okay, Abbott doesn't need it because he'll just send the National Guard to D.C. and like stay in his wheelchair for Trump because it's easy access. He doesn't have to do anything else. You can just sit there. But Texas has zero help at all. But red states, you better not bring that up. You better not say the federal government ain't helping, or you're going to get primaried, or they'll send the assassin after you.
Predictable event. You can prepare for that. And here's where things get much worse. Out of the thousands and thousands of homes that were burned to the ground, only 145 successfully receiving permits to rebuild more than 7 months later. And this is just the process to begin construction, not even rebuilding your home. According to one developer, quote, building a house in LA can mean filing paperwork with a half a dozen or more government agencies.
Yeah, you idiot, because they're protected by so many historical shit. There's you got like 3 layers of living there is not for everyone. And I think Americans know that. I think Americans know that. You, as a middle-class person, you can't go buy a house unless you have $1 billion to go live in the hills, in the Palisades. Are you shitting me? You got rich people that live there. Rich people live in those neighborhoods, and they're protected by historical societies and whatever that preserve the area. I don't know what that's called. From what it's looked like, I guess, and other protections. For that, and so you can't just build in there without having it how the state wants it to be. States' rights, though, you know, state power.
Homeowners haven't even been able to start this process because 7 months after the fire,
you have the agencies too, the federal agencies that are going to make sure you got all the asbestos and all the debris, anything that could harm someone from building on top of the homes that were destroyed. The EPA probably. Those pesky organizations. We're going to blame Newsom for this, though.
California officials have yet to finalize all the rules and regulations surrounding rebuilding efforts.
Yeah, they should be like Trump, where you just build the house right on top of the last one. Just build it right there. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for all this red tape for? Yeah, go get cancer and build right on top of the last house that burned to the ground.
Anyway, here is more of Gavin's record. And if you want America to be California, then guess what? This is what.
What is the population of Florida? $23 million. So California has almost 2 times the amount of people living in it, twice the size. What is this argument?
What America would look like if a radical Democrat is elected. As governor of California, he is home to it has the largest homeless population in the entire country, far worse, for example, than my free state of Florida, both in terms of sheer numbers and per capita. And
the orange has hit the streets? Okay. Well, they're mad at Newsom. We can be done with Hannity. Where has he hit the streets? What are you guys watching it on? I just wanted you guys to see like how much Newsom is actually affecting them, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Because I got people thinking, oh, they're getting bored of Newsom or whatever. No, they're not. Active shooter. Another one. Wasn't there 2 active shootings today? Wasn't there one earlier today? Villanova University. Damn, you got a shooting. 2 active shooters. There were 3 of them today? Yeah, Fox isn't live on YouTube, so I can't, and I'm not just gonna pull up Fox on their website. Trump speaks to law enforcement in Anacostia at Parks Police Anacostia headquarters. So he's out there now. The moment we've been waiting for. Ford Fisher news to shares out there. Secret Service examines my video equipment as I film President Trump speaking from adjacent rooftop. So he's got the secret, obviously. Secret Service is there. News to share will be out there. President Trump says he plans to patrol. Oh, the Hill is live. Jesus.
Greatest president in our lifetime.
Oh my God.
Protecting this country, and you guys have done a great job. And I've had the
artificial intelligence. It's about a ball with a different.
This is live right now.
Hello, everybody.
Anyone else besides the Hill Live we can watch on YouTube?
What a nice group. What a nice group. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, look at it. MC Trump coming out.
Want to slip or fall like somebody else I know.
What the fuck, bro? Biden living rent free at all times.
We don't want that to happen. Where are we going, Margot? Over here? Hello, everybody. It's great to be with you. You guys are doing a fantastic job, and gals doing an amazing job, and we appreciate it. And the numbers are down like we wouldn't believe, but we believe it. Where do I stand here? Right where?
Trump isn't on that.
Okay. Hello. It's a healthy, attractive-looking group of people. It's good.
Talks to the dudes.
Well, I just want to thank everybody very much for being here. I wanted to do this. We've had some incredible results. The results have come out, and it's
Trump was hoping the male cheerleaders would show up.
like a different place.
Like all the other conservatives.
City. It's the capital. It's going to be the best in the world. We're going to do what you're doing with law enforcement, and very importantly also, we're going to physically do it. We're going back to Congress for some money, and we're going to redo a lot of the pavement, a lot of the medians, a lot of the graffiti's all coming off real fast. It's going to come down real fast. We're working with Clark Construction.
No, the reason Trump won is because of
by far, actually,
right-wing propaganda.
It'll be not so much building; it's cleaning and fixing and redoing and putting brand new surfaces down on your roads and streets. And
you don't get 77 million Americans to vote without
to the Capitol,
stupidity.
the White House, or any place else they go, and they're going to say, "Boy, this place is spotless." So we're doing that. Most importantly, though, we're going to have a crowd of people that are going to be happy. You know, I've received
A crowd of people.
more phone calls from people in the last 4 days than I ever have. I've been here now 4 years plus. And by the way, I think we had about the best 7 months, they're saying, that any president's had. We've done a lot of work. We've done a lot of good work, including the biggest tax cuts.
Yeah, I'd like to see the approval rating now after Newsom.
care about taxes,
16%'s old.
You don't care about saving a little tax, but you.
And it was
save
at 20%. Nice try with a 16.
But we've had a great period of time. But I've never received so many phone calls thanking me for what we've done in Washington, D.C., from people that haven't gone to a restaurant literally in 4 years.
Wow.
And they said, you know, what you've done it's unprecedented, because what they said, it was just unsafe. We couldn't do it. We'd go out and you'd see the stories, you'd read the stories, you'd see all of the things that are happening. And they said, we couldn't stand it, sir. And now I take my wife and my kids to dinner. One of them said he's gone out 4 nights in a row, and he hadn't gone out for 4
No one else
years.
is covering it. Right now.
So it's a great tribute to you. And when I look at you people, I understand why, because there's no games, right? We're not playing games. We're going to make it safe. And we're going to then go on to other places. But we're going to stay here for a while. We want to make this absolutely perfect. It's our capital. And I guess it used to be many years ago safe, but it's certainly not had a very good run. And you got to be strong, you got to be tough, you got to do your job. Whatever it takes to do your job, you got to do your job. But the crime numbers are way down. I'm looking at, you saw some of the stats, they just read them out to me inside, the numbers that we haven't seen here ever, actually ever. And I think it's probably, right now, to me, I feel very safe now, and I'm hearing people are very safe, but I know within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks? What is you just about to say?
Your job. But the crime numbers are way down. I'm looking at, you saw some of the stats, they just read them out to me inside, the numbers that we haven't seen here ever, actually ever. And I think it's probably, right now, to me, I feel very safe now, and I'm hearing people are very safe, but I know within 2 weeks it's going to be, Pam.
2 weeks.
It's going to be at a level that's even far superior. So I just wanted to thank you all. You're doing incredible. You're incredible people. You make the country run, frankly. You make the whole place run. We're going to have the best Capitol ever. We're going to have it's going to look better than it ever did. Even at the White House, I'm building a ballroom They've been after a ballroom for 150 years, but they never had a real estate guy as a president. You know, I've done a lot of ballrooms, and we're going to make this one the best of them all. But we're doing a real job. As far as the country's concerned, we're respected again. We had a country that was laughed at a year ago. They thought they couldn't understand what was happening, and it's about leadership. But we had a country that was a dead country in many ways. Went to Saudi Arabia, I went to Qatar, I went to UAE. We came back with $5.1 trillion of investment in this country. And we're over 17 trillion. Now, a lot of you don't know what that means. And nobody knows what it means because it's never happened before. In 5 months, because really it's a 5-month, even though we're here 7, but we started 5 months ago in terms of investment. Wow. And we have, because they see what's happened to our country, we're going to be over 17 trillion with a T, dollars of investment. There's never been anything close. If we did 1 trillion in a year, and we're talking about over a 5-month period, maybe 6 months if you look at it, but over $17 trillion. We're building plants, auto plants, AI plants, all sorts of plants all over the country.
All the plants, every plant.
The right, Lee Zeldin's done a fantastic job. We're given the right to.
There's nothing, by the way. The facts, there's nothing, and they're gonna take advantage of the buildings, of the tech buildings and chip shit that was started under Biden. Obviously, they couldn't get built yet. They're still being developed, but when they're finished next year, the following, they'll take credit for it. That's all it is. Now, one single tariff has resulted in companies coming from overseas to America. None of this shit. 17 trillion. No, bullshit. Not a single, and even if there is money coming, it's going to Trump's businesses and his friends. It ain't coming to America and Americans. You out of your fucking mind.
Build electric plants. They become almost like a public utility because we have old grids. We have a lot of stuff that's...
Canadian veteran here, isn't what he's doing in D.C. illegal? This is the same man who had his supporters go to the Capitol and attack it to stop the 2020 election. The same guy. Now he's doing this.
We wouldn't be able to compete with China AI, and now we're totally leading the AI race and the artificial intelligence. It's a big deal, and it's the hottest thing there is for probably in 35, 40 years. It's a lot of people don't know what it is. Just trust me, it's very hot. It's big, but they need massive amounts of electricity. They need more electricity than we have right now in the whole country servicing everything. In other words, we have to at least double it up.
Who voted for this criminal confused grandpa? The worst of America. We have a lot of dog shit people in our country, and they elected him. That's what happened.
To be competitive and to be leading. And we're more than doubling it up. And what I'm doing is I'm letting all of these very rich companies, and they've got nothing, but they got a lot of money, and they want to invest it in the United States, and they're building big plants, but they're building electric plants with it. I said, you build your building, and these are buildings that cost $30, $40, $50 billion.
If conservatives upheld law and order, Trump would be in prison for association with Epstein and lying about the Epstein files, but you don't care about that, so shut up.
You include everything that's inside, all the technology. I said, I'm going to let you build electric plants to fire your...
The GOP stands for Guardians of Pedophiles, okay? You guys are pedophile supporters, and that's where you're at now. Shut up.
Your own electricity, and anything that you have left over, you sell it back into the grid. So all of these big factories that are being built are building their own electric plants fired by oil and gas. They're not fired by wind, by the way, because wind doesn't work, but we won't say
wind doesn't work.
That destroys.
What is he talking about? So he's going on a patrol to patrol DC, and he's up there just fucking campaigning and rambling. What are we talking about? So, like, the wind doesn't work. They don't want to tell you that, but wind doesn't work. You're an idiot.
There's everything. It looks terrible. It
looks terrible.
Expensive form of energy.
Windmills look terrible. That's literally the only thing to go to Iowa for. What are you talking about? When you go in from Minnesota to Iowa, you know you're there because you see the windmills, and it's like, wow, that looks cool. Because there's fucking nothing else to look at.
Energy. And we're not doing wind. We're going back to fossil fuel. I hope not too many of you people are going to be upset, but we have to go back to what works. We can't be foolish. But we're building massive electric plants all over the country. The companies are building, and then they sell it back into the grid. But we're building numbers that nobody's ever seen. We're auto plants. We have many auto plants going up, whereas during the last 4 years, as you know, we had like none. People weren't investing here. So where they weren't investing and they were leaving. But I just finished by saying this. So I was with the King of Saudi Arabia. I was with all of the NATO leaders.
The NATO.
A couple of weeks ago. And they are putting up not 2%, but 5%.
Nobody there gives a fuck. They're there because you're forcing them to be there for your stupid street patrol. Up there to take time to do your propaganda while you're at the same time. That's what all of this is. You ever notice when he does something, it turns into a Trump campaign event? Every time. He can never stick on topic. He can never stay at the point of what he's doing. It's always got to be a campaign, MAGA bullshit feeling session.
They said 5% of GDP.
Yeah, let's talk about the NATO. Let's talk about geopolitics and how I forced the allies to give 5% or pledge 5% to NATO. No, they're not going to do it. They're just saying it to appease Trump, and then Trump can run with it. But not a single. They're not. There might be like 1 or 2 European countries that do 5%, but they're not even at the whatever the one is 2%. Yeah, majority of them aren't even there. Okay, or near that. They're just appeasing Trump so he can shut the fuck up and not attack the allies at NATO events.
It's a lot of money. They'll have trillions of dollars put up. They were putting up 2, but they weren't paying it. Now they're putting up 5, and they're all paying it.
Are they?
And they all said the same thing. They said 1 year ago, your country was dead.
Now it's hot. Now you have a hot country. He says the same thing. He's like a broken record.
Never thought it was coming back, and now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
It's hot. The hottest.
So these are the leaders of other countries, the prime ministers and the presidents, every one of them said essentially the same thing, said we had a dead country, and we were. We felt that way, and we were.
Haha, National Guardsmen. Haha, you're getting paid dog shit pay to go stand out there at 6 p.m. on a Thursday. That's what you get. And should have went active duty.
This place was emblematic of it with the crime, the horrible crime. And, you know, I watch you.
Gotta stand out there with their vest on.
These phony reports. Oh, we were on the way back. They weren't on the way back. It was worse than ever just a short while ago. But now it's going to be, I think right now, it's better than it has been in years.
So good.
And in a couple of weeks, it's going to be even far better than that. And everybody's safe now. Everybody feels safe. And they're all coming in. And people are now coming in. They're making reservations to come in. They want to be in Washington, D.C. One of the things we're going to be redoing is your parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know.
We know.
More about grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world.
Best grass knower.
And we're going to be regrassing all of your park.
Just grassing everything.
It's all brand new sprinkler systems, the best that you can buy, just like Augusta. No, it'll look like Augusta. It'll look like, more importantly, Trump National Golf Club. That's even better. But we're gonna have all brand new, beautiful grass. You know,
the best grass.
Like everything else, grass has a life. Do you know?
Yeah.
Grass has.
Tell us about grass.
It's a life.
Yeah.
You know, we have
Think of
a
it.
life, and grass has a life.
Yeah.
And
and I like life. Life is good. Grass is alive. We're alive, so we got to treat it the same.
The grass here died about 40 years ago.
Wow.
So we're going to be rebuilding all of your parks, and it's going to
laugh at his jokes. Laugh.
Happen fast. It's going to go up like a miracle. So you do the job on safety, and I'll get this place fixed up physically, and we're going to be so proud of it at the end of 6 months. But let's say at the end of a year, this place will be maxed out in terms of beauty. You'll have all
maxed out on beauty.
All new surfaces. You'll have all new medians. Everything's going to look beautiful. A lot of your signs are going to be taken down. They've been up for 40 years. They look like hell. They're barely standing up. They're falling off their holders. And
wow.
We're going to have all new.
So signs, ballrooms, and grass, President. Thanks, conservatives.
Do everything. And I want to just.
No, police state for grass, big balls, Elon's little cuck, and then, dude.
Thank Doug for doing such an incredible job. You've been unbelievable. You're a popular guy. No, he's an amazing guy. He's an amazing guy. Everybody love him.
Would you say a few words, Doug?
And his wife is so.
Say a few words.
Thank you very much.
Say it.
And then Pam.
Oh, he's not going to make him do it this time.
Very much. What a job.
Pam, the Epstein files are on my desk, Bondi.
people don't realize. They're going to see she'll go down as the greatest attorney general we've had. I really mean it, too. And where's my Christy? You dear. Thank you very much. She's been incredible. And she can ride a horse like nobody.
I mean, we know why Trump was watching the horse. Trump was like, man, I gotta stop. I better stop.
She gets on those horses. She rips those horses around. But I want to thank you very much. And Steve Miller, so fantastic. And Todd Blanche, who's been with me so long, and he's one of the best lawyers you'll ever find. And we're having a lot of victories. I had a victory today.
Did you? Tell us about
They
it.
stole $550 million from me.
Wow.
Fake case.
Wow. Tell it. They stole money from me. What a bitch. Just a pussy, isn't he? Just a pussy president. Just sitting there crying in a crowd of feds and National Guard around him. Sitting there just crying. Can you believe it? They stole money from me. I will tell you about it.
And it was overturned. They said this was a fake case. It's a terrible thing. But it's a nice victory, you know? I mean, it's not bad. You know, we all have our limits, but this was a terrible thing that done. It was a witch hunt. And I've had more witch hunts than any human being, I think, in history. And here we are. We're the president of the United States, so it didn't work out too well for them. But maybe now it's turned a little bit. These are very dishonest people. We have to fight. We have to win because we have to win. And you people are winners, and I just think it's such an honor to be with you. And we're going to make Washington, D.C. great again. We're making our country great again. The country is very close to being great. When they say it's the hottest country in the world, they mean it. And this capital is right now, after 4 days, 5 days, it's at a level that you haven't seen in a long time, and it's all because of you. So I want to thank you all very much. It's an honor to be with you, and we'll always be with you. We're going to be with you for as long as I'm around. You're going to be...
You guys are asking me about going to D.C. I want to be going to red states. You think this is going to stop? Red state governors are going to be trying to suck his asshole, so they're going to be doing the same shit. They're going to be running the national... They already you had Texas. Governor Abbott was fine with it. Yeah, fuck. They want to do a protest. I'll activate every military... We have... Texas has feds. Their own Texas feds. But for Texas. State police. A lot of states do, but Texas they have extra shit. Extra levels of it. So you think this is like the start. Trump is like starting it, and then he's expecting his right-wing governors to do the same type of shit in their states to set a precedent of like, this is what I expect.
Nobody more important, and thank you all very much for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Doug, would you like to...
And then he'll make it like and then you'll have Democrats are weak on crime. Look at what the Republicans are willing to do, and some loser at home that's scared to walk outside because they're like addicted to meth, but they're right wing, will like take that and be like, just send them outside. I don't want to be out there anyways. Get the feds out there, even though they're like looking out their window and afraid of like the feds finding them.
President Trump, on behalf...
Oh, I called it. He is making him say words.
Of everybody that's here in law enforcement, I think I absolutely want to extend gratitude to you, because under your leadership, you're bringing back respect for this profession. I know that wherever you go, and some of these folks know, wherever you go in the country, whenever I've been with you, backstage.
Vote which city is next. It'll probably be in Texas.
Before you speak, who do you get a picture with? Local law enforcement, the federal folks that are there. You have always, in turn, your entire life supported law enforcement, and that makes a difference. These people know that. And the other thing, of course, for everybody here, President Trump's ended 6 wars. He's brought...
no, back down to 6.
Taxes down, regulations down.
Rich, name them. Rich King. I don't want to see anything from you until you tell us the conflicts that Trump has solved, and you have not done that. And you have had days to like Google it. You have had days to look it up.
He's brought record foreign investment like he was talking about. He's done all of those things in 6 months. But what does he really care about? You hear him talk about the wars. He wants to end the killing. And here in D.C., he wants to end the killing. He wants to end it in every city in America, because if we're the greatest country in the world, you shouldn't be afraid to be able to go out for dinner. He cares about the people that live in this city and in every city, and that's why this is happening right now, and this is what leadership looks like, that in a matter of a week, this is a message to every city in the country, and it's a message to every capital in the world that America, the greatest country in the world, is going to have the most beautiful capital and the safest capital in the world because of all of you. So thank you, everybody that's here tonight. Thank you, President Trump, for making it all possible.
Thank you all. President, I'm looking at all these faces. They're out here.
And the Epstein files are on my desk, and they're coming.
Every single night. I'm getting to know everyone on a first name basis. All of our great Metro PD, General Blanchard with the Guard, all of our federal agencies are out here, our amazing park police. They are working hand in hand to make D.C. safe. They're out here working midnights every night because they love our country.
They're on my desk, y'all.
They love our city, and they love you. They're all telling me that. Are we going to get to meet look at them getting a thumbs up.
Are we going to get to meet the president? Can we shake his hand?
They're all out here going, are we going to meet the president?
Nice.
I told you.
Nice.
So, and I think you brought some food for him, didn't you, President?
Yeah, we got McDonald's.
Great hamburgers cooked by the White House.
The hamburgers. I was close.
And we have pizza that I said, don't do it in the White House because we went to a place.
Wow, they got White House burgers and pizzas. Nice.
That makes the best pizza. So we'll concede.
And there'll be cheese. And it'll be the flattest pizza you've ever seen in your fucking
We
life.
have a lot of it, so we're going to have some fun. We'll eat, and I'll eat with you, and we're going to have
And I'll go down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
little fun. We're
It's like you said, right?
going to celebrate, but then we're going to get back to work, and we're going to take care of these criminals. We're going to put them where they have to be. We're going to.
So they're gonna have a pizza party first, and then they're gonna go take care of the criminals.
We're going to say, don't.
That's what Batman does.
Don't play
I think I saw that in Spider-Man.
around with us. Don't play around with us. So let's go have something to eat. You're going to like
They're gonna play around with us. What kind of show are you setting up for tonight?
the hamburgers. Would you rather have hamburgers from the White House or pizzas from a good place, huh?
Pizzas from a good place or hamburgers from the White House? Wow, what a deal! So you'll get Shake Shack burgers or what?
I think you want. Oh, they want the hamburgers. Have a good time, everybody. Thank you
Nice.
very much, Christy. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you, everybody.
It's a Fed pizza party tonight. A taxpayer-funded pizza party for the Feds, guys. Isn't that fun? You having fun? All the conservatives that cry and bitch about taxpayer money going all over the place, but they're fine with the Feds literally using, like, it's actually like a straight line your tax money to the federal government, and you can see what they're doing with it, and it's in 4K and everything, and you don't care, and it's fun because, like, you pretend to care. You being conservatives that are tuned in.
Judge Janine is here.
Oh, let's hear from Wine Lady. Does she have a box wine?
She's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, we have Leo. Leo 2.0.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Judge, I didn't see you over there.
She was into she was already drinking with Hegseth.
Lucky I spotted
Now you called her out.
her. It's lucky I spotted her. I would have been in big trouble. And Leo, Leo 2.0. We love Leo. He's a great prosecutor, that's for sure.
Leo.
They both started off really as law enforcement and top lawyers and judges. And
Remember, Judge Pirro, Janine Pirro from Fox News, has not been active in law since the 90s. So it's been, I'm 32 now. I'm old. Okay. 90s. I was born in the 90s, but we're in our 30s now. Okay. It was a long time ago. It was 30 years or 25 years at least. That's a significant amount of time.
law enforcement, and that's how they became famous. Then they went into show business, and everyone thought, gee, were they real? But they were the real deal, and you're both doing great. Thank you very much.
So good.
Pam, do you want to say something? Janine, please?
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Every night when you hit the street, you make a difference, not just for us, but for everyone in the
What a
district.
show.
They are grateful for what you do. They are thankful. And I am making sure that we back the blue to the hilt. Every arrest you make, we're going to the longest way to make sure that we charge in those cases. So God bless you and thank you for what you do. You're making a difference. And Mr. President, without you, no one would even have tried. So thank you.
Wow. Without you, no one would even try.
30 seconds. We have the greatest president in our lifetime
God.
protecting this country, and you guys have done a great job. And I've had the privilege to work with the greatest attorney general in Pam Bondi. This team really appreciate you. We want to thank you. You are doing the work.
Samuel L. Jackson from Django over here.
Makes this country great, protecting America. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Who's that on that nag? Every time. Every time. I was like, you know, when Sam Jackson's character met his end, I love that. I loved that so much. Are they really having? Are they gonna serve the pizza? I mean, we paid for this pizza party. Might as well watch it. Oh, they're gonna hand out hats. Oh, they're gonna hand out merch to the feds. They get Trump hats. CC Ryder Hatch, if you're arguing on behalf of Trump, nobody cares. I'm just telling you that right now. Political experts have already predicted Democrats will not hold the presidency for at least another 20 years. Yeah, the same ones that said Biden lost the election in 2020. And then made you cry about it for like 4 years, and you still will. So we take right-wing political analysis with a grain of dog shit. Has Rich provided the 6 wars? There's 7 now, though, so you got to find another one. Well, he said 6 today, though, so you might be off the hook with just 6. But yesterday, Caroline Leavitt said there were 7. She said it. We were all there. What's funny is I know the conflicts, but I bet you don't. Here, I'll give you this, Rich. There may or may not be 6 conflicts. I'll give you that. How about that? That's a hint. Oh, they are handing out merch to the feds. Oh, I was memeing. They're literally handing out merch bags to the feds. Goodie bags. What kind of... They're giving out merch bags to the feds. They all look the same too, which is just wild. Just a bunch of thumbs. I know none of them count. I know there are 6 conflicts, but there's nuances to every single one. I'm wondering if MAGA, who's going to regurgitate that, is smart enough to know. But they don't even know the conflicts at all. They're just going with the number. Yeah, that sounds true. Name them. That sounds true because I want it to be. So that's great. So you get a. So is he? Look how thick that door is. So. Hey, you know, all shit aside, look how thick that door is to the beast or whatever for the president. Thick ass door. Dog Burgum. Then what? Okay, then they. Okay, so they were alive. Now they're not. Was that the event? Was that Trump patrolling the streets? Oh my God. Okay, we just watched it. We'll be redoing the parks. Here's the National Guard along Constitution Avenue in D.C. Just out doing street patrols. President Trump's motorcade departs after Trump spoke to law enforcement. Climb those stairs. What are you? ain't patrolling shit. He went out there and did a campaign thing, handed out merchandise to feds, and he left, it looks like. Ron DeSantis ordered the rainbow crosswalk outside former Pulse nightclub to be painted over. The crosswalk honored 49 victims of deadly shooting at the Pulse LGBTQ nightclub. Damn. Mouth wide open for Trump. We'll be redoing the parks. I'm very good at grass because I have golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any human. Grass expert Trump. Well, good thing we didn't go live with the active shooter. The reports of an active shooter at Villanova today are unfounded and products of a cruel swatting incident, which is when someone calls in a fake threat to induce panic. Oh, probably somebody from MAGA to distract from the fact that Trump isn't going to patrol the streets, and had a campaign speech to the feds today and then handed out merchandise to him. Swatting is illegal. I've directed the Pennsylvania State Police to work alongside their partners and use every tool at our disposal to find the person or people who called in this fake threat and hold them accountable. I know today was every parent's nightmare and every student's biggest fear. I'm profoundly grateful no one was hurt and thankful to all members of law enforcement who ran towards reports of danger to keep Pennsylvanians safe. So the report was not legit. Well, there was a swatting incident. I'll retweet that. Got swatted. Last month, Governor Gavin Newsom told me if Texas didn't move forward, California would have no need to change the maps. That's what do you think the opposite, Ashley Zavala? California Capital Course. What do you think that means?
Effort.
But we may be back to the ballot here in California trying to right this wrong.
Governor,
happy to answer any questions.
Governor, I just want to confirm, if Texas does not move forward with this effort, though, would California not either?
We'd have no need to move forward.
But they did go forward, Ashley, right? Golly, bro. Active shooter alert at Villanova was a result of a cruel hoax. A cruel hoax. Swatted. Mehdi Hassan has a quote tweet for Trump talking about the grass. Tonight, the headlines. The president spent almost a minute rambling about the life of grass and claiming that he knows more about grass than any human being anywhere in the world. Now we go live to our political correspondent to discuss the state of his mental health, literally. Does Trump actually know more about grass? I mean, he knows more about grass than Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom doesn't care about grass. He let it all burn in the wildfires. I could be a Fox News propagandist in 3 seconds. It's not hard. Here you go. Here you got Scott Jennings on CNN.
So now
he'll Republicans speak for it.
Doesn't matter, Scott Jennings, that voters are not happy with what Trump's doing, don't feel safer, all of that.
So he doesn't. So Scott Jennings is going to argue that the residents and the voters, fuck them. What Trump is doing is more important.
I don't care what they think. I mean, these are the same people who elected the mayor and city council that ran the city's public safety into the ground in the first place.
You don't care what the residents...
They don't know what's good for them.
You don't care what the residents...
They don't know what's good for them.
Residents of D.C.
I do not. I do not care one bit, and I'll tell you something else.
I feel like I do remember just a couple of weeks ago you were saying, well, secretly, D.C. residents really want this because they know the crime is so bad.
I don't
now
know what
we
they
actually
want.
have the numbers that say...
I don't know what they want. Scott Jennings is every single right-wing guy that I've ever interacted with, and they're all like this. Any dude that you engage with that's right wing and like is stuck that way is like this. And it's the fucking worst, and you should never be friends with them.
Will Trump's federal takeover reduce violent crime? 65% say no, just 20% say yes. Do you feel like the presence of federal officers makes you feel safer, more safe, 18%, less safe, 61%?
Why would they say that? They're out arresting criminals. They're arresting illegal aliens. They're getting illegal guns off the streets. An MS-13 illegal alien was taken out off the streets the other night. They're obviously safer. But, you know, there's another population that cares about public safety in D.C. It's all the people who visit there. We have people that go there, millions of people from all over the country. They deserve to go to a national capital that's not in disgrace and despair, and that's what they're doing in Washington. So I don't really care about what they think, truthfully.
I don't care about what the locals say. And they elected a Democrat, so clearly Trump knows what he's doing because he's the president. They're all cucks. All of them.
This is crazy. It's quiet, safe out here, man.
You live in a nice part of DC. Is this what part of where this is the quiet part of DC, if it even is? Why did you tag me in this? Did you think this would be an own? Buddy is in a part of DC where there's fucking flowers everywhere. You got the newest apartments across the street right there. What are you talking about? It's safe now. That was my already safe neighborhood. Nice try. I got Broken Bones tagging me and shit. MAGA. Deplorable, white, straight, racist, Nazi, garbage, fascist, homo. Okay, well, that's what I can just block that. Yeah, no need for that. Stop tagging me and shit. They're all the same. My already safe neighborhood is safe. So, okay, so Villanova, it was a hoax. Trump made his speech at the night out, Trump's night out. I don't think there's anything else with that. Is AP still live with it? Yeah, less people are tuned in now. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Can't wait for this. Hey. Yeah, sexual themes. We can have it in our video games. Listen. This is gonna be game of my life.
Why'd you defect?
Yeah. Boss.
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose.
Can't wait.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians.
This game came out in 2003. I was a child. I was 10.
We will use the legacy to heal that rift and make the world whole again.
Make the world
to do this,
whole.
we need strength. An unstoppable trump card with enough power to bring order to the world.
MAGA.
You love her. No, nothing like that.
Do you hate her?
For 10 years, we lived and died together. You couldn't possibly understand.
Yes.
And you think you can kill her now?
Hey, don't you go getting any funny ideas.
Damn, this looks good, dude.
Can't leave yet. I've still got one last job to do.
I don't know what they did, but they like fixed the animations a little bit because I was a little worried when I saw the first trailers. I'm like, yeah, it's got better graphics, but it looks weird. I think they fixed it.
She's waiting for you there.
We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy.
What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs?
Oh, damn. Yeah,
your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth.
Eva.
But sooner or later, you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me.
Oh, damn. They got a lot of details.
Do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty.
Snake! Let's go.
I've been waiting, Snake. Waiting for your birth, your growth.
Can't wait. My growth. Evo will do that. Can't wait to climb the ladder again. All right. If you've never seen that game before and you would like to, obviously, you can come over to my gaming channel, which we're going to head to next. Because that's all I got for you for now. Unless Trump literally goes out there tonight and like is out there and there's a stream. But I really think what we saw is the night out. I really think that clip is, yeah, that's Trump's night out, is he did that, and that's it. But if it changes, I'll talk about it on my gaming channel. If there's something worth streaming and talking about, I'll do it. But that's it for today, guys. If you want to come check out the new Metal Gear that comes out next week, come on over to my gaming channel. We'll be here. I'm going to go get food and whatnot and get ready for the night. We've been playing Battlefield. I've been hosting I have a Battlefield server going in the old Battlefield in 2042, but we're playing like Battlefield 3 basically in it and not playing 2042. So that's fun. You can do that if you want. But I'm thinking tonight we do our we got to continue our playthrough of Mafia. Been played it in a week now. Because we have story games coming out. So I play story games, we play shooters, there's my Metal Gear series. So I've already played the first two. I already played the first one. I did a 10,000 subscriber special. We played that, and that was a blast.
Are you saying that you burned your...
Yeah, and then we played the second one. So the third one takes place first in the series, so you got to come watch it if you want to do that. But come on, check out Mercado Gaming, you guys. I'll have a stream up. I'm not sure what I want to stream yet. Could be Battlefield, could be a story game. We'll see what I'm in the mood for here as I redirect you guys. Also, consider supporting Mercado Media in the Buy Me a Coffee link if you would like to. I appreciate it. We got $270 in there. I can use that funds to travel when we got to go somewhere for breaking news or whatever. So I appreciate that. And everybody for supporting Mercado Media, consider becoming a member of the channel. Support the Facebook page. You can get a supporter badge on the Facebook page, like you could become a member on YouTube. Yeah, or just like the video and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join my Discord server. Link is in the description for more updates, daily news and updates. Sometimes if there's like nothing, like yesterday, you know, I was waiting for today yesterday, so I was gaming. So it could be on my gaming channel. So if there's nothing really worth breaking into and I can like dive in comfortably like we could today, with everything happening in Washington, D.C., I'll likely be on my gaming channel. So come on over and check me out there. If not, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to my followers. Thank you to everybody that supports the Mercado Media. Rich, I don't want to hear... Actually, Rich, you're timed out until you can provide the 6 conflicts. Okay? You haven't done that, and you've lost your opportunity now. Okay, guys. See you on the next one. Slava Ukraine. Slava US. Fuck Trump. Fuck Putin. Fuck Israel. See you guys in the next one.
discussing. That's not what I'm referring to. Something that's a lot more